fucking late at night, Friday night, and we're somewhere in Queens.
You're right here with us in fucking Queens.
This Friday night, we're in fucking Queens.
It's Friday night and we're in fucking Queens.
It's Friday night and I'm in fucking Queens.
Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
Live from the Barrage.
I can't do it. I can't do a radio show.
Will you please play the old sport song?
My goal in life is to break out of prison and open for Van Halen.
There's a fridge full of this Welch's grape soda if anybody wants some.
When I'm not picking on my gut, I'm listening to Live from the Bus.
Midwest, fucking Europe, I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out. This is my show.
I said O-R-I-A-M. That's my name from the other end.
Hey, everybody, this is Conan Neutron.
No, you just suck on it.
Fuck the audience.
What's your favorite radio station?
Live from the Barrage. Look at the psycho walks into this shit.
Don't drink Seagram's Escapes.
1 pound feet.
It's gonna ever keep me down.
Live from the Barrage.
I saw The Grateful Dead twice.
You are listening to Live from the Barrage.
For some reason, this reminds me of when Slim Goodbody came to my grade school.
You are full of shit.
Let me do my show, for Christ's sake!
I have a great story.
Makes sense to me. What's wrong with you people?
John Houlihan, fuck you.
Yeah, you're right, Kazuga. It is fucking Judgment Night up in this piece. All day and all night. It is Judgment Night here on Live from the Barrage. We're happy to have you with us. I'm here with Ryan and Hairdo. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys' mics working?
I thought you were talking to the audience. I'm sorry.
I am. Well,
I'm
talking to all you guys.
I didn't know what
Ah, crap. What the hell? I'm trying to. How's it going? Shit.
You sound sexy when your mic's off.
How's it going now?
I got nothing. I don't understand.
How's it going now?
Nope.
Should we move down the line?
You sure some XLR cables aren't fucked?
I don't know.
Or switched?
Yeah. Try.
Hello?
Nope. You're going to move to a different mic for now, and then I'll figure it out.
I like it over here.
I know. But we can't hear you.
That's okay with me.
Thanks for joining us here. Whichever one you want there. It's fine.
It's fucking weird over here, man.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah. I don't like you this close to me. Yeah.
I know. It's very cozy.
Your computer's over there.
I don't care for this at all.
What can we do?
This thing smells funny.
Can you switch the guest mic with your mic?
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah. And then I'll just, we'll adjust. We'll adjust on the fly. Yes, Dovey, there are guests scheduled tonight. The Independents are a horror rock, punk rock, ska band. They'll be calling in. And they'll be calling in around 8:30. We'll talk to them for a little while. And we have a big guest. There are guests, many guests. Tonight we have Tony Retman, who literally wrote the book on New York hardcore. The book is called New York Hardcore, NYHC, 1980 to 1990. It's all testimonials from hardcore legends, luminaries of the era in New York on the Lower East Side in the 80s. We'll be talking to him. I was kind of hoping he would come in. We're going to have him on the phone. We got lots of questions for them, questions for the Independents. We got guests, Dovey. Where'd you hear there's no guests? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. We got guests. Too many guests. Guests up the wazoo. The Independents used to be managed by Joey Ramone up until his death. They would play the Joey Ramone birthday bashes. Joey was a big fan of the band. Go follow them on Facebook.
Maybe on the Twitters.
Yeah, follow them. I looked for them on the Twitters. I couldn't find shit.
Really?
Yeah, but they do have like 8,000 Facebook fans. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I've been on Twitter 3 times.
Yeah?
I just can't catch on to it. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, it's laborious. It's hard to read things backwards. Like Norm Macdonald's writing a story last night, telling stories about meeting people on a train. We used to take trains everywhere, and it's you have to read the story backwards.
You seem to be doing it right. I know, just from hearing what you have to say or whatever you may post on Facebook about your Twitter experience, you seem to be following the right people. And
I don't know. I hardly tweet. I tweet about the show, and then once in a while I'll throw a tweet in there.
And you mix it up with some TV personalities once in a while. And
you got to mix it up. You got to scrap.
I was really impressed with that R.A. Dickey thing a few years ago. that really blew me away.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky and people answer you. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny.
I think it goes past luck, though.
Bring up that guy. There you go.
There you go. Hi, hairdo.
You know what it is? I figured it out.
What?
The XLR cables have been switched between these two.
Really?
Yep.
Sabotage.
See, I don't know what goes on down there when Mario gets here and it's a clusterfuck. Who knows what they're doing, switching cables.
Yeah, no, it took me a minute, but I got to the bottom of it. So,
All right.
Here we go.
Hairdo's here.
All right, let's get this shit on the road.
No Pat tonight. He's got work in the morning or something. He's got a boiler emergency. So
Working on the burler.
Well, hopefully Tommy Rockstar will be here. I think Tommy knows the dudes from the Independents, too. I was talking to Tommy last night. I ran into him at the Sharpling and Worcester show at the Bell House.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
It was great. It was really funny. It was a good show. It was a fun time. You know, I don't know too much about that radio show. So, but it was accessible enough even to someone who doesn't know that much about it. But like Tommy, I don't even know why he went. He doesn't know anything about it. And
because it's something happening.
Right. He wanted to be at a happening. Right. So then the guy he brought with him, like, didn't know anything. And then Tommy's trying to explain to him what's going on. I hear this guy constantly talking behind me. It's Tommy.
Oh, no.
Who's that guy that just killed somebody? He's like that dude in a horror movie.
Sharpling's up there with a squirrel puppet interviewing. It was cool. He's like, oh, all right, it's time for a talk show with Gary the Squirrel. And Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth came out, and Jake Fugelnist. Remember that guy?
I'm going to smash that dude apart one day, man.
I checked on Twitter. He's got me blocked for some reason. I don't remember ever fighting with Jake Fugelnist.
Yeah, you kind of fucked with him one time.
I did?
I forget what you did, but you fucked with
What
him.
did I say?
Well, we've been fucking with that guy for years.
I don't remember fucking with him at all.
Years ago, he had a show on MTV, like out of his bedroom or some shit, and for some reason, me and you...
Square TV.
Yeah, we took an unliking to this. I don't know what it was. And we saw him at a show. Like, this is going back in, like, the mid-'90s.
Okay.
And we saw him at a show, and we were fucking with him so bad. And that's not, like, really...
That. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't remember fucking with him.
I'm sure he is, but we...
I talked to him on Twitter once, but we weren't fighting. We laughed about something.
I know. Oh, man, I wish I could find it. I know what it was. You started saying, like, who the hell do you think you are, or something like that.
No.
Yes. If you went back through your tweets, I guarantee you could find it. It's about 2 years ago.
Oh, man.
You were messing with him. I think you saw him, like, at a concert or in Penn Station or something.
No. But I said that, I overheard someone in Penn Station say, hey, that kid from Square TV is now a weird old man.
Maybe that's what it was. You called him a weird old man.
No, but he responded, and it was all good. It was all like, ha-ha.
The poor bastard's going light on the fairway. He's losing his hair, so he looks like he's an old man. Like, he's younger than we are.
Right, but I thought we were just joking around.
I don't think you know what? Again, anything said in text format,
right?
It doesn't always come off.
Yeah, but he answered me and was like, I don't know. Maybe he took it the wrong way. I don't know. Don't take this the wrong way. You're a weird old man.
Up yours, Fogelnest.
So he's got me blocked.
Maybe it was preemptive. Maybe he knew eventually you were going to go after him. So just be on the safe side.
I don't like the cut of this guy's jib. Let me just block him now and put it to rest.
Is it quiet? Why quiet? Is someone saying in the chat box? Is the volume low? Should I turn it up? How's that? Better?
Up yours, Fogelnest.
Fogelnest. Jake Fool.
I don't know where we saw. Maybe we saw him at like a Nirvana show or something, and we just took him to fucking town. We ripped him. That is no reason why he has you blocked on Twitter. This is well before that.
Right.
But we were fucking like pointing and laughing at him, like dropping things around him, making him like we were just fucking.
Were we? Man, I don't remember that at all.
We were tearing him to fucking bits.
Christopher Kazugas, you're on the air.
Hey, yo, take it easy. Can you hear me?
Take it ace. What are you in a tunnel?
I'm in a car, and I have the phone on my lap because I don't have a fruity little Bluetooth headset.
All right.
Is he cute?
Your connection is horrible. Quickly, what is it?
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say you're my drive time teacher. I feel like my dad listening to the radio, and I love and I miss you guys.
We love you too, man. Miss you too.
You're the best, Kasugas. I might be out your way in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know if I am.
Yeah, let me know. Like, I just started my new job. I'm doing AV shit. That's fun. Setting up protector screens and shit. Not doing a lot of mixing though.
Well, I'm gonna come in and borrow a TV. Don't worry about it.
All right, yeah, no problem. Just let me know. I'll hit you up.
All right. You're awesome. You're the best. I love this guy.
All right, man. Take it easy. I love you.
I'll put connection, so I'm going to try to connect back in when I can.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Sounds good.
I would talk to you more, but it's just I can't do it with the phone. Thank you. There's Christopher Kazugas, and he's in his car with his phone in his lap. But anyway, I hear these people.
He's dragging his phone like a just got married thing, like off the back of the car.
Is he chat boxing while he's driving?
No, he's not in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah.
There he goes. Fagulnest. Thank you, Sully. Fanuknest.
Fajolnest.
Jake Fajolnest. Brajol. He's got a show called the Fogelnest Files, or the Fugelnest Files, however you pronounce his name.
It's Fogelnest.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know it's 1-0, but then last night at the show, Sharpling pronounced it Fugelnest. Maybe he was messing with him.
I bet you Sharpling's been blocked.
He didn't do much. So he was on the panel of guests. It was Gene Simmons, Kim Gordon, and Jake Fugelnest.
They were actually there?
They were all actually there, and John Worster was as Gene Simmons, you know?
Oh, I don't listen to the show enough to know that they have bits.
Right, yeah. So, no, that's a bit that was,
but that's been going on for since other radio shows.
Right, forever.
Right.
That was one of the, you didn't have to know anything for that. You know, you didn't have to know what was going on.
Well, you have to know who Gene Simmons is, I guess.
Yeah. John Worster sang Moving Out by Billy Joel. It was great. So, but then, like, Tommy doesn't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Tommy knows nothing. And the guy Tommy brought was just like, hey, I think, like, hey, I got an extra ticket. You want to come to this thing? So he really has no idea what's going on. And I just hear this talking behind me. And I'm like, no one else is talking. It's quiet. And it's Tommy. And I'm like, this fucking guy's. And I hear him go, so the squirrel puppet's out there. And I get to tell that Tommy's friend is asking him, like, hey, what's going on? Like, what is this?
Is this the Magic Garden?
you just hear Tommy go, yeah, so that's a squirrel and it's a pup. explaining the bit to him. That's a squirrel puppet. What the fuck?
I'm gonna go follow this Fugelnest guy on Twitter and see what I can stir up in the next half an hour.
I think I tweeted last night, why did he block me? But then I erased it. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. What's the difference?
Now his new name is Fugelnest, by the way.
Kim Gordon looks extraordinary. She's 61 years old.
What?
That's what Wikipedia says.
Holy crap. Is she calling in tonight?
Yes, she is. She looks fantastic. Amazing. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
So, I saw Tommy for like, a couple minutes after the show. I wanted to go back for a beer, and Colette's like, no, we got to go. So we jumped on. I was home at like 10:45 last night.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what the hell to do with myself.
She nipped that one in the bud, huh?
Yeah, with the quickness.
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, she got me the hell out of there. I'm like, I want to hang out and get station IDs or whatever, or, dumb shit like that. And, no. But they had a second show that they had put on, so I didn't think that they're probably getting ready for the later show. They had to add another show after ours to keep up with the demand.
Right. Well, she got you before. You're like a California wildfire. One short of that third beer, that's it.
Right. They also had another bit where they reenacted a phone call, like one of their old phone calls from there was a guy, John Worster called in as a guy who was supposed to be like the real Fonzie that Gary Marshall just based Fonzie on, called the Gorch. And he's wearing like a leather jacket. So the reading is done by these two guys, and one of the guys, the guy who plays the Gorch, is the kid stirring the sauce in Goodfellas, Kevin Corrigan.
Oh,
the actor.
Hilarious.
You know that
Kevin
guy?
Corrigan has
exactly
a live podcast he does.
Does he?
Yeah, he does it every week down in the village somewhere.
Yeah, he was great. He was really good at being the fake Fonzie of Worcester's imagination.
He was great in the slums of Beverly Hills.
Yes, he was. I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's from the Bronx. Chooch of New York, that Kevin Corrigan.
He pops up a lot in movies. Every once in a while, something comes along, I see him, and I like him a lot, too.
Yeah.
I worked with him a couple of times on some independent bullshit, and he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
He was great. When they reenacted the thing, he had like the leather jacket and the white T-shirt and everything. He really got into it.
He's a real method actor.
Fonzie from York, Pennsylvania. The original Fonz. So it was fun. It was a fun 2 hours, and it took me so long to get there. It was fucking the BQE's a nightmare.
Fucking Brooklyn stinks from where we live. I mean, I don't really love Brooklyn, period, but from where we are to get there is just never easy.
Right. It's easy enough to go to Williamsburg. This isn't like Gowanus. This is way down there. And then
that sounds like it's in Japan.
Right. It's near Bayonne, New Jersey, pretty much. Like you can swim across the canal.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's close to. If it's from Bayonne, leave it alone.
Oh.
That's where Woody lives down there.
He lives in Gowanus?
Yeah, he lives down there. He lives in Park Slope, but I'm pretty sure he could walk to the Bell House.
I mean, you can walk anywhere. I could walk to fucking California,
That's
technically,
true.
you know.
Dovey's asking any Philly boy Roy. That was a huge skit where Worcester plays this guy from Philly. Yeah, that was a big, huge production with a musical number where he sang "Moving Out." That was a big part of the show. It's good. Yeah, that Gowanus, forget it. So we realize that there's like one of the lanes is blocked, and we're gonna have to sit in traffic anyway. And our plan was to go eat at the place next to the Bell House. So we scrapped those plans and
Taco Bell House right next door.
Ate in Williamsburg, and to try to let the traffic subside. And we went to San Loco. And which was fine, you know, if you like wear tacos or whatever. And people are like, it's not authentic fucking Mexican. You know, shut up. Then don't go to San Loco.
San Loco's great.
Get off your Yelp and fucking go to some, Vacacta Nixtamal and eat a rubbery taco because that's authentic.
I like Nixtamal too, though. So I don't know what your beef is.
That's in Corona, right? That's the place.
Right.
I still never went.
I don't like the tortillas. The authentic tortillas are like rubber.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
I get
Erica
hard
brought me
tacos
one
of
of those.
Oh, do you? Yeah, I'll go for hard next time.
That's what I had too, and I didn't like it. It had no flavor. The tortilla.
It's like masa bread.
Right.
It's very plain.
Yeah, I think it's whatever they do.
Whatever,
It's
not
unleavened
bread,
or
but-
it's just like just flattened
It's masa.
dough, and it's just I don't like the consistency of it. I'm used to processed foods. I really am. Sad.
I went and ate in downtown Flushing yesterday. At this fucking nut job noodle house. It was crazy.
I know that place.
You know, the nut job noodle house, right? Downtown Flushing.
It's on Roosevelt.
But it was like spicy cumin lamb noodles. I was like, they're like, how spicy do you want it? I'm like, bring it on. And boy, did I make a mistake. Actually, no, it was good. But I tried to give it to the person I was with. And they were like, nope, no, thank you. I can smell it from here, and I'm not even touching it. More of the spice, not the food.
Right.
But the fucking food was good. We had chicken hearts. We had squid. We had all this crazy shit.
I would eat all that.
Yeah, that was good. I had no problem with it.
Yeah.
Chicken hearts.
Chicken hearts.
I'm in with eating the organs. I tried the turkey, the turkey, I eat chicken gizzard with a girl named Lizzie.
I had something called they're called sweetbreads, but it's not sweet and it's not bread.
That's like blood pudding.
Yeah, it's the glands.
I like blood pudding.
Do you want some
Yeah,
blood
I do
pudding?
too.
Sure, I'd like some blood pudding. It's like fucking tripe, right?
Oh
No, it's actual congealed blood. I think, like fried,
Is it?
or like put into like a cylinder.
Sick bastard.
Right, it's just it's sausage with blood added to it, pretty much. But I think my wife takes the trophy home, no problem. I mean, she eats brain.
Oh,
she'll eat tongue. I mean, she'll eat. She's got no fear.
I'm
about
pretty
eating any food.
open to it.
Yeah, I'm good except for fish. Fish is the only thing I don't like. I'll eat seafood. I just don't like fish.
You don't like fish? You don't like a nice piece of fish?
Nah.
I went out and I made some.
I wish I did.
What do you do during Lent?
I eat meat. Yeah.
I turned Jewish.
I'm pretty sure God's not going to be mad at me for.
Is that a
having steak on
Catholic
a
thing,
Friday
or is
night.
that go across all Christianity?
I think it's a Catholic.
It's a Catholic
Yeah.
thing. It's very old fashioned too. There's still a lot of people that follow by that. They eat lentil soup every Friday night.
Oh, I'm sorry if other people are going. I didn't realize there were additional shows in Chicago. I hope I didn't spoil everything for everybody, but I'm sure all that you knew that was all going to happen anyway.
What's this?
The Sharpling and Worcester thing. People are saying there's going to be shows in Chicago. Sorry if I spoiled anything. Oh, fuck you. Who cares? You know what? All that organ meat is really bad for.
No.
The
Why are we
gout.
all looking behind us? What happened?
Because someone's at the door. And,
Oh, it's fucking Tommy.
oh, what's up, Tommy? You figured out how to operate a door. You're
He
hired.
doesn't seem to know how to work a key.
What's the matter?
I'm in a bad mood.
Holy shit, he's throwing stuff. He's all pissed off.
Can I have a little echo?
Yeah.
Ready? Diatribe with Tommy Rockstar.
What's going on, Tommy? You okay?
It's corporate.
Your mic's not.
Testes.
No, don't say testes.
Is that better?
Yeah,
there it
that's
is.
fine.
No, it's fucking corporate tax season. It's driving me nuts.
Uh-oh. I did my taxes
Did you?
yesterday. Yeah.
I stayed up till 8 o'clock in the morning doing my taxes.
You did them yourself?
Well, I got to prepare him for my accountant. It's just a whole thing, man. It's a nightmare.
That's something we can all relate to.
Yeah, this is true. Look, my picture's falling down and everything. This is bullshit.
Yeah, Dave Harrison pushed it down on you.
Yeah. First of all, okay, 3 things. Number 1, the traffic on the BQE sucked last night.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, I know.
We'll cover that.
I'm adding to that.
It was terrible.
It's horrible. Maybe half an hour late, I missed Philly Boy Roy, the whole thing. Not that I have any clue what that's all about. Number 2, how can you eat a chicken heart? Where's the nutritional value in that?
There's plenty of value in a heart.
A lot of protein.
You kidding me?
Is there?
First of all, if we're on a desert island,
Yeah.
and we kill an animal,
Yeah.
You eat it all.
you eat it all, but you eat the heart as a a symbol of the animal's sacrifice.
El Corazon.
Yeah.
What's your third point?
Yeah, he did talk a lot last night.
Who?
My friend.
Oh, your friend? Yeah. Well, he didn't know what the hell was happening.
Yeah.
So I guess you're listening to the show. How we
Yeah.
doing? How we doing so far?
You sounds
Good?
great.
Good
Yeah.
radio.
Where's
Good.
Pat? He's with the.
Pat can't make it today.
Okay. So yeah, you guys sound great. You don't even need me.
Okay.
Never did. Thanks for coming in.
I don't need you throwing things at me. That's
I don't know anything actually. Wouldn't it?
He's throwing things. He's banging on making noise. And
Sorry.
what do you got? A cherry Pepsi?
Yeah, I didn't. I just grabbed everything out of my parents' house and just ran over here.
He almost came through the door like the Kool-Aid man.
That's what.
Ma, let me borrow a comforter. I'm going out.
A wool hat, a pack of Camels, your news, and a cherry Pepsi.
That's all a boy needs. Not a man.
And this lamp.
And this lamp.
And that's all I
and
need.
this thermos.
How you guys doing? All right.
We're doing good. We're doing good. I see Mr. King's on the chat box. I just want to plug his video real quick. Mr. King made a video for a band called the Rutabaga. Remember those guys?
Mm-hmm.
We played them on the show last week. They have this great new song called Shiny Destinations.
I saw some puppet vibe going on.
Yeah, there's a video he has with puppets. And Live from the Barrage sticker does make an appearance. The video is hilarious. The song is amazing. Mr. King did an incredible job.
He's a very
It's the music
talented
video.
man.
Go to the YouTube and watch the Rutabagas Shiny Destination and it's a real treat. Good stuff.
We're gonna have to check
Just
that
want to
out.
mention that.
Tommy, what's in the bottle? Can we all have some?
Yeah, you want some of this?
What is it?
These are. Oh man, I shouldn't even bring this up. These are antibiotics.
Oh, I don't want antibiotics. Fuck that.
for my inflamed finger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your cat scratched you, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it didn't scratch me. It
Bit you?
It punctured my my knuckle. It bit into me.
Oof.
My cat went to work on me recently.
Really?
My cat is 6 times the cat yours is by size
is.
alone. And I had never even thought of going to the doctor.
Oh man.
Oh, the video's on Funny or Die. Watch it there and vote funny. Don't vote die by accident. Thank you.
And what happened?
I just didn't go to the doctor. I manned it up and I said, okay, I
Well-
got a couple of cuts and bruises and I'm out of here.
That's this. If you see over here, they're almost scratched up. But at one point, this cat literally bit into me, and I just got really angry. Just said "fuck this" and went back to my
killed
place.
it.
No, it wasn't even my cat. It was Marta's cat. And
You're talking about it in the past tense. What happened to the cat? Is it okay?
well, thankfully the cat's alive. It's a long story. I'll make it short. That cat has a tendency to have it has a condition where. I don't know if you guys own cats, but if
Every cat has a condition. They're fucking assholes.
if a male domesticated cat eats a lot of dry food,
Hey, John, lower Pat's mic, please.
it creates like dried crystals in its body, and then it can't pee. And when its little fucking wangs get blocked up, they can die. So this is like the 3rd time this poor cat's had to deal with this, and it's like a $2,000 vet visit, you know. So basically, she went to LA to do some charity work, and as a favor, she asked me to come over and keep an eye on it a couple times a week. And one of her roommates texted me saying, "Hey, it's having problems trying to pee, and that's really life or death, you know."
Yeah.
So I ran over there and I tried to take it to the vet, and this cat is a pretty antisocial cat, you know, and it's just got high anxiety from living on the street.
Stays in the corner at parties.
pretty much. And so when I try to get it, it hit underneath this big king bed, and I try to like coax it out for an hour, and then I got really annoyed, so I took a broom and I started shoving it at the cat to try to get it out of the bed. So it came running out and lunged at me, and I tried to grab it and shove it in its box so I could bring it to the bed, and it just ripped me to shreds, and then it sunk its fucking fang into my knuckle, and I was like, fuck this, and I was covered with blood, and I went home and I fell asleep, and the next day my finger's like cinder. It's just totally just huge, twice the size.
You should have taken that to the streets.
And I post on Facebook as a joke with a picture, and
Change your name to Tommy Giant Finger.
this thing was like a French bread or something. It was just.
Did you post your hand on Cinder?
A nice semolina, take home to mom.
I posted this picture, and somebody called me up. A friend of mine she was like, Tommy, this is a pretty serious injury. You should really go to the vet. And I was like, I mean the vet, the emergency room.
So wait, you take your medical advice over the phone?
This is serious. You got to go to the vet immediately.
I mean, the
What are
emergency
you,
room.
a criminal? Like you can't go to the doctor? You have to.
Right.
You have to visit the crooked vet.
Batman style.
What are you, Mike Ehrmantraub?
If you need work, I know people.
How well do you know this now? I don't need that kind of work. Look at it. You know who else? You know who he is? I just figured out the other day. I completely forgot.
I know who he is. I don't know.
6,000 feet, 13,000 feet. This guy's all over the place. What an asshole!
You know who else he
he's
is?
He's from Airplane. He's got a small part in Airplane.
Right, with the scene where they're taking the laundry out of the one of the machines,
and he puts a turkey in the microwave.
Something I realized before that is that he was also the guy in Beverly Hills Cop.
He's the one that shoots Mikey.
Right, he's the one. That
Yeah,
shoots
I knew
Mikey.
that.
He's the one that gets thrown into the buffet table.
Right,
and covered in spaghetti. And he's
That's
just standing there.
I'm kinda
all
glad
pissed
he's
off.
Oh, that's Ralph Macchio in The Karate Kid. You've got this all wrong.
Yeah, damn it! I knew they look so much alike.
Yeah, if you're not watching Better Call Saul, last week was the best episode yet, in my
Easily.
opinion.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. But
I was reading an article about that episode, and the guy who wrote it was started out as an assistant to what's his name, Vince Gilligan.
Right.
And then he moved up to they had him in the writing room of Breaking Bad, and then eventually they asked him to write on Better Call Saul, and he wrote that episode, and it was his first TV episode he's ever written.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And and they're like, "How'd you get it?" He's like, "Well, it was just my turn up to bat, in the Revolution, in the lineup." And man, that kid, I call him a kid. I don't know how old he is. I'm sure he's
like 61.
He's 63.
Yeah,
Kim Gordon.
That's good copy right there.
And man, that's a hell of an episode for the first television episode to ever write. That's the one.
Wow,
amazing.
That's
it's
nice.
like Shakespeare.
Well, I was just going to finish and say I ended up running to the emergency room because my friend was like, "If you don't go, it's like life or death." I'm like, "No, it's not." And she was like, "No, it is." And so I went to the ER, and the lady was like, "Well,
Who said this to you?
A friend of mine.
Oh.
She called me up.
I called the operator. Hello, can you help me?
What are you wearing?
and she was like, "Go to the emergency room."
Operator, give me
Bensonhurst 357.
I've been bitten by a feline. See,
Stat.
He's tapping the receiver button thing there.
Right.
The operator was so
Need
old. This
medical
before
attention.
felines were
Stop.
domesticated.
All right, this is the short version of the story.
Yeah, no, but
Is it almost over?
I go to the ER, and the lady's like, "You need you need a tetanus shot. You need penicillin.
Yeah.
You need antibiotics."
But that's for an STD.
No, she was like, "This is for the cat."
You need all this stuff, and now let's get to the cat.
No, but and then I was like, "Well, give me a best case."
You need a
worst case.
facelift. You need a ton of shit,
Hey,
dude.
fuck off.
Hey, you need to lose
Not
about
you.
20 pounds. Stop smoking, and
That too. No, I'm kidding.
Next time you want to get the cat out from under the bed, by the way, use the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go the other way.
scare the cat out.
Oh, yeah.
From there. Yeah.
Either throw a pack of firecrackers under there.
Yeah,
That'll
I
work.
don't think she would have appreciated that. But the broom definitely didn't get him in a good mood. So I asked.
So you taunted the cat with household fucking cleaning material.
Yeah, a little
good
bit.
job.
I guess it's
When I try to get my cat in a good mood, I hit it with a broom. It always cheers her up.
I know that fixes me, right?
I asked the doctor.
She loves it.
I asked the doctor, "Give me a best case, worst case," and she's like, "Best case, it goes away in a week. Worst case," and she looked me straight in the
Worst
eye.
case, you're gonna have to keep the cat.
She was like, "Seriously, we might have to amputate." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And she was like, "I'm serious. I've seen this before."
Told your doctor to shut the fuck up.
And I was just like, "Pump me full of meds." And it's been going down ever since, thank God. So,
Well, you did ask for worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Tommy,
that
you're
could be
right.
anything.
Worst case scenario, you're going to die.
Right.
Yeah,
worst
that's
case
always
scenario.
the worst.
That's what the
You
follow-up
get into a
doctor
car
said.
accident on the way home from here, and you get decapitated.
Yeah, you get hit by a truck when you leave. That's the worst case scenario.
Knock on wood.
Tommy Rock Stump.
That'd be really great for the show if you had no hand, though. I got to admit, that'd be pretty good. No
Tommy
offense.
Rock Stump.
Tommy Rock Stump would be a new character.
It actually would.
I like the fact you have an Italian bread for a finger.
Can you get elective amputation surgery for the good of the show? So it's funny, so we can make fun of your stump.
Tommy Rock Stump. Yeah. So anyway, if you guys want some antibiotics, they're on me.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we're good.
Get the good stuff, please.
Couldn't you just take one and leave it at home, and then tomorrow morning take another one?
It's funny that you say that, but I've been traveling back and forth from different places all week. So if I don't bring them with me, I totally forget them.
You could have left them in the car.
Right, took one before you got out.
That is a good point.
Right, worst case scenario, we do a radio show listened to by 15 people in some Judd's Rules garage for the rest of your life. Thank you, Dovey. That's the worst case.
Where's Dovey tonight? In Australia's?
No, Dovey's moved to Canada.
Oh, that's right. He's in Vancouver, right?
I don't know what town he's in. Somewhere around there. I think he's on the West Coast. What's your point?
Well, I was just curious. Hard to follow that guy around.
Dovey interview coming up next. No, my phone's working. What's going on here? The hell are these guys? We're the Independents.
Is it 8:30 already?
They're independently late.
It's 8:32.
I do remember those guys from back in the day. They used to. We used to talk on the phone about shows,
About Scott Baio, about girls, a lot of things.
Hey, you can't say girls. You can call them women.
So wait a
Really?
second. What is it? We were talking about this last night. How do you know these guys?
They are.
You can say guys. That's weird.
I don't know, man. That's according to the bylaws of the show.
No, I did not listen. There was a Twitter thing. Someone called Tommy out for calling grown women girls. It really wasn't a thing. It was just one guy.
I know.
It shouldn't be a thing.
Wouldn't worry about it.
It's not derogatory. Let's move on.
Yeah. No, the Independents were, and they still are, punk band, and they're based in D.C. though, right?
No, South Carolina.
Oh, I guess they moved down.
We'll find out in a minute, shall we?
In a minute. Hey, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Neil from Independence.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us.
All right, no problem. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you, definitely.
You got both of you guys there?
The partner's calling in. Willie being a guitar player. He lives in a different town, about 2 hours away, so he should be calling in any minute.
Oh, yeah? You guys in South Carolina?
Yeah, I'm in Myrtle Beach, and he's in Florence.
Oh, I see. All right. How does that work? How do you guys practice?
Carefully.
It's a lot worse than that. We have drummers that fly in and bass players that fly in all over the country.
That's so it's
we're the only two original members.
right. So then there's a revolving cast of whoever's around, or you guys.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. We do about 180, 200 shows a year, so it's really hard to keep people in there.
Wow, that's a lot of shows, man.
The first show of the tour is usually a rehearsal.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what we did last time.
The Independents, who we're talking to now, are a horror band, a punk horror ska. Is that okay to say these things?
A little bit of everything, yeah.
Right. I think
7 sauce bands.
I think I got Willie on the line here. Hello, Willie.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Willie.
How you doing, man?
Good. Hey, Willie's phone connection sounds way better than yours, dude.
We have multiple lines?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
What are you kidding me? This is a real show, man.
We're living in the future.
Major budget.
Yeah, nice talking to you guys. The Independents have been around for a while. You guys were you've been the backing band for Joey Ramone's band. Is that correct?
Yeah, we did that for a while, definitely.
Play the birthday
He
bashes?
managed us for about 7 years before he passed away, and we did tons of shows with him. And the guys usually backed him up. He'd get up, usually do about 5-6 songs with us. So he flew out to see us anywhere.
Wow. He was just. How did he became a huge fan of the band and started producing your records and managing you and everything?
Yeah, well, I met CJ, and CJ, Ramon, and I became pretty good friends, and he got us on some dates opening up for Ramones.
It's awesome.
And he let Joey hear a cassette tape of a bunch of demos on one of the drives up for the first show we were doing, that Joey just fell in love with it. We did the shows, we're hanging out, became really good friends, and he's like, I want to manage you guys. So it's like a fairy tale, it's just crazy.
Yeah, man, that's a dream come true for anybody.
Oh, it's awesome. God. Yeah, one of the nicest guys ever.
Right. Yeah,
awesome dude.
That's the rumor, that he's, just a sweetheart of a man.
Oh yeah, totally.
Miss you, Joey.
Yeah, great dude.
So you guys got lucky with that, man. That must have been great.
Oh yeah, we were just right place, right time. When I met CJ, I didn't even know it was CJ. That was my first Ramones show, and I was playing pool next door with a bunch of guys, and one of the guys happened to be CJ. I didn't know it at the time, but I told him after the show my buddy was having a party. I'm in there watching, the intro music comes on, band comes out. I'm like, holy shit, that's the guy I was playing, pool with. So I'm thinking, okay, well, after the show, we won't never see him again. Walking out to my car, he comes running out. Hey, we're going to that party or what?
Wow.
Crazy.
Awesome.
Just crazy.
And where was
Super
that?
nice guy.
That was in New York, or that was somewhere else?
That was actually in Myrtle Beach,
okay,
South Carolina.
Now, just quick question: were you guys ever based in D.C. or Virginia? I kind of remember that with you guys a little bit.
Well, we played up there a lot.
Yeah, we played there a good bit.
Okay. All right. Cool. I for some
That's
reason
Tommy Rockstar. He seems to claim to know you guys. You know him?
Somebody claims that.
He was in a band. Well, you guys did Warped Tour. Maybe you played with the Latex Generation. I don't remember. No. Yeah. No one. No one.
No,
remembers
yeah,
it.
it was a while back in like the mid '90s. Our band was Latex Generation, and we had talked a little while about setting up shows somewhere, probably in the DC area. That's why I'm remembering.
All right, on.
But that was
Cool.
like 15, 20 years ago. So
Speaking of CJ, you guys are opening up for him. If you guys want to go see the Independents around in our neighborhood, they're playing.
Yeah, actually,
May 19th. The studio at Webster Hall, and they'll be playing with CJ Ramon.
Yeah, we're doing the Joey Ramone benefit birthday party show. The money goes for the Lymphoma Foundation to help fight, try to find a cure.
What is that benefit?
Lymphoma.
Right.
It's a type of cancer.
Do you have a website for that?
I don't have it on me, but you can look up the Lymphoma Foundation or just look up Joey Ramone, his website. It should be on there, all the information.
Right. Nice.
Thank
That's
you.
good stuff you guys are doing there. How'd you hook up with Faz Razi? That guy's nuts, right?
And Fez, he's a good friend of my cousin, actually. And I met him in Chicago at one of our shows. We were playing this place called the Fireside Bowl.
Right.
And he flipped out because back then we were using pyro and all kind of shit. And he just became, I don't know, infatuated with us. And we became infatuated with him. He's a hell of a guy. So.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he's very passionate. So I could see him getting.
Yeah, I think he came up with the term. We're have a lot of horror imagery. We're a horror-based band, and he said that we put the fun back in funeral. Isn't he the one who said that? Evil.
he said that, and then we told Joey, and then Joey got on Conan O'Brien and said it. Just as always, wants his royalties for that. So,
there you go. The Independents putting the fun back in funeral.
I think that was 1993 when he said that. So.
Yeah.
And you guys contributed music to this Brothers and Sisters benefit at bandcamp.com. That benefits the Epilepsy Foundation of Greater Chicago. If you want to go to that Bandcamp and check that out, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I got a couple of your guys' songs I want to play later, if that's okay with you.
Oh, yeah, sure, fine.
All right, yeah, because I don't have a music license. I like to ask permission for the band. Don't sue me, okay?
Oh, that's cool. Not at all.
You guys toured around with the Misfits at all?
We've done a couple tours with the Misfits.
Yeah, what are the Misfits like?
Yeah, and which
Yeah.
version of the Misfits?
They're super nice guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're super nice guys. I guess the first time I met them was probably in the late '80s, and it was like doing Christ the Conqueror, which was a different thing in between the Clint Danzig days and the Michael Graves days, and now it's like I guess three different lineups, I guess you would say.
Was Christ the Conqueror like a Christian vibe, or that was just like straight punk rock metal?
I think they were like the Christian Iron Maiden.
We used to hang out in our small town. There was a dumpster.
Iron Madonna.
There was a dumpster where CMJ, they had their offices like a few blocks away from my house, and they used to dump all this music.
You used to hang out at the dumpster?
We used to hang out at the dumpster, little 14-year-olds on their
Get the
bikes.
free music.
Every week we would dive in. They would dump all these extra CDs, and one time we looked
the
in there.
demo tapes and stuff, yeah.
We opened up the dumpster, and there were like 4,000 copies of Christ the Conqueror in there. And we were like 14.
I think I got a few copies too.
There you go.
They probably dubbed them themselves. Like, a lot of bands would do that. Like you guys. Didn't you guys dub a bunch of tapes? No?
Oh, yeah, that's how we got our start. We used to go to Kmart and buy these cheapest tapes you can buy. The Sertron.
Right.
Like dictation tapes you talk into, and I'd make several hundred copies and sell them for like $5 on the road.
That's the way to do it.
But I had where I worked at, they had a shrink wrap machine, so I would shrink wrap them. And people go, man, where'd you get these Sertron tapes shrink wrapped?
Correct Tron, bro.
Yeah, I remember putting the tapes together and using like a hairdryer to shrink wrap all the tapes.
Totally. It makes it professional.
Yeah. It doesn't sound right. We'll fix it in the shrink wrap. Hand me the hairdryer.
Yeah.
How did you guys form? How did you guys meet up, and how did this band come to be?
I met Will as a kid. I grew up with his brother. We were best friends, and we always, for a small town, wanted to get out of town, wanted to, play music, and tried to play different bands and stuff, never could get the right combination. And I guess in 80, 89, we started fooling around with the ska stuff. We got really turned on to.
Right.
And then Will went to college, met a couple of guys, and just kind of hooked up. Like, just finally found the right goth kid to play the keyboards, the right punk kid to play the drums, the weird half Japanese, ex-Army Ranger to play bass.
Was there a punk
it was
rock?
a nutty crew. We were so different. We called ourselves the Independents.
Was there
playing.
was there any kind of scene down there with you guys in South Carolina? Or you're doing your own thing, like
Oh yeah, we had a really good scene. I had some friends of mine who started doing shows at American Legion back in the early '80s. And they were one of the first punk bands from the Southeast called the Sex Mutants. And they started a band called Uptight, and they would rent the Legion out and have bands come through on tour. Well, I became good friends with them, and the singer of that band, the guy who was doing Jeff, actually went into the military. So I took over and started doing the shows. And man, we had everybody you could think of coming through here. Yeah, Green Day, Offspring.
Really?
Yeah, because
I wouldn't imagine that was.
Fugazi came through. Yeah, Fugazi, Jawbreaker. A lot of really great bands.
Yeah, because back then this was pre-internet, so everything was done through Maximum Rock and Roll, Book Your Own Fucking Life. People would just call each other up and exchange shows, and everything was VFW halls, American Legions, like you're saying. It was just totally like that, you know.
It was like a family, man. They'd come through, the bands would come through, and we'd say, man, we want a tour. They'd take their little notebook out and show me all the names and numbers everywhere they're playing, and that was just how it works. If you help them out, they help you out. And everywhere you played, you had a place to stay. You had plenty of cheap beer to drink. You get a little bit of money for gas. Make sure you next town, and you sell your merchandise. It was like a family. It was really, really cool back then.
That was like the early '90s.
That was probably 92, 93.
Yeah,
between 89 and 93.
Right. So I mean, 92 to me seems like punk rock's kind of over. There's the indie rock scene is coming up, and like in the Carolinas, you have like the Merge Records kind of bands like Archers of Loaf and those guys and stuff. But I guess that's it's completely separate from.
Well, that was more your trajectory, but in the mid '90s, the pop punk and all that stuff and ska was pretty huge. Look at bands like Less Than Jake and Bouncing Souls and all these other bands like were getting huge.
Right. So. Everybody bought a trombone at the same time.
Yeah. Everybody jumps on the trombones from high school, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Can you play?
I haven't know how to tune them, though.
Yeah. I haven't played since high school. Let me open the spit valve and see what's going on here.
Oh, God.
Did you guys play a lot with ska bands like Real Big Fish and all that, or not really?
Yeah, I started playing with them, I guess, was the Troubadour in L.A.
Wow.
Back in, like, 96 or something.
Yeah, Mustard
right
Plug,
before they
all
hit
that
it.
stuff.
If you want to go see the tour dates, theindependence.net would be the website to go to. That's where
we're always on the road.
That's where I went, and they play like every day. It's crazy. How do you play 200 shows a year? I guess you guys don't have straight jobs, and you're getting paid doing this.
We drink a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we drinking?
I love Jameson. Right now I'm on a Scotch kick. So
Right.
A lot of Scotch.
Yeah, me too. My brother bought me a bottle of Scotch, and Ryan. What was the bottle of Scotch you bought me? It was like Glen Mogan Pfeiffer.
Morange or something. I like the Balvenie though. That's
I don't
that's
know.
a good one.
I like the smoky stuff. You guys like the smoky, peaty, heavy duty?
Lafroy, right?
You're getting into smoky tequila lately. That's pretty good.
I'm digging that, man. I'm digging that disgusting tasting Scotch. I convinced myself it tastes good. I like it. We're out of whiskey here in the Barrage, by the way. The only thing that's left.
No.
What's left? What's that called? Like Rotten House? Hand me that bottle.
Good boy.
So were you guys weren't at the very last Ramones show in L.A. when they pieced out, were you?
No, unfortunately we weren't. We were invited, but we were already on our own tour at the time.
Wow.
What's this tour looking like? Where are you guys going? All over the
right now, we're just
States?
going to do a couple weekends around the Southeast. In May, we have a band called Black Cat Attack from Canada. Great band right outside of Toronto. We're going to do the Northeast of them, probably 2.5 weeks. This one we're playing Webster Hall for the Joy benefit. We're doing. I think we might play in Brooklyn too. I'm not sure yet.
Nice.
Still waiting for the confirmation on that.
You guys still traveling with the? You still have a big elaborate stage show?
Not as much as we used to.
Right.
It just depends. So a lot of times we're in a van and a trailer. So sometimes we hire the guys, per tour, and Will and I'll just show up and they'll meet us there. So.
And that, what kind of stage show is it? Tying in with the horror thing, is it like Alice Cooper stuff going on? You guys like blood?
Just look at us.
Just look at us.
Scary enough.
The whole thing's a horror. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, we used to have the fire, the flash pots, and the smoke. UFO. Yeah.
A UFO.
Yeah, the
We had
UFO.
this huge UFO that was like lower down. Like we had to have it in bigger places, but it would kind of lower down and like shine a green light on me.
That's awesome. I
Joey
like that.
loved it. He thought it was the coolest thing, and he made me do it. Everything like, you're using the UFO. It's like, yeah, man, I'm using it. It's like some small little club, but it'll be like right over my head, but it was there.
Like a big, with a small club, like a big silver sombrero on his head.
Yeah, like I was wearing a big hat.
Wow, that's a real Spinal Tap moment. The UFO only has two inches to come down. And
we grew up in all the old metal stuff in the 80s, so we always had like the full stacks behind us, all that kind of stuff. And you're playing these big ska shows, these kids are looking at you. You got long hair, you got spikes, you're spitting blood, fire. They freak out because they're looking besides listening.
So you grew up on
overboard.
So I'm glad that you guys brought that up, that you grew up on metal in the 80s, because now I actually have a guest to ask, and you might have an answer. What's your favorite Crocus tape? Are you into old Crocus?
I think they did a really good cover of Ball on Blitz.
Yeah.
So you're saying Hardware, or is it Metal Rendezvous? You don't know.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. Those records are pretty bad.
Actually, Crocus.
I was just always scared of the guy's fro.
Mark Starace. We had him on the show.
Them and Grim Reaper.
Crocus is actually doing a national tour of America.
They're finally coming to America. That's true.
Unfortunately,
awesome.
We were looking it up the other day. The closest they're coming is to they're doing an M3 festival, the hair metal festival in Maryland, in
Maryland,
New York.
Okay.
Well, it's always Maryland and Virginia area where those bands always seem to go.
Yep. Yeah, they're playing with like Quiet Riot and Vixen and Trickster or whatever.
They're playing 3 shows. They're playing Maryland, Virginia, and San Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
San Paulo?
Whatever. Sao Paulo, whatever. Wherever Jesus is on the mountain, that's where they're going.
That's in Rio.
Rio de Janeiro?
That's in Rio.
I failed geography. Fuck off. What do you want from me?
You'll win it back in the game later.
So there's Crocus, and we had that guy on the show. He was pretty cool. He was a nice guy.
That's awesome.
The guy with the fro, Mark Starace.
They called him from Switzerland.
You guys were talking about
Really?
driving around in this van all the time. You were in a pretty bad van accident, right?
Oh, yeah, a few of them. The worst one, I think, was over in the UK.
Why? What happened there?
Wrong side of the road driving. That shit is tough.
Well, we had a driver. It was all fucked up. The booking agents had a bus for us. The bus broke down. The second bus didn't show up. This other guy showed up in this big van / they said it was a bus. I call it a van because that's what it was. And we had another band called the Dangerfields from Ireland with us. And they were just going to leave them on the side of the road. And I was like, fuck that. They're going to ride with us. We got everything in the van. And we're driving, and we're playing somewhere outside of London with a couple of guys who used to be in the Specials and a couple of guys who used to be in Madness, like a super ska group or something.
Right.
The next day, we start off with the Damned. So we're on the way to the show, and I start to fall asleep. I look up. Our driver's passing a truck, hits black ice, and we just start flipping and spinning. It was horrible.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was terrible. I had to kick the window out and start pulling people out. The driver's head, we only met this guy for 45 minutes before this happened.
Oh, man.
He was already bald, but he was completely scalped from his eye back behind his ear, like the whole just his skull. It was horrible. I knew he was dead,
Oh, God.
His foot was on the accelerator. All you could smell was gas. So we're freaking out, trying to get everybody out, and we got really lucky. There was a couple of paramedics from the British Armed Forces behind us, and they just happened to be right behind us and jumped right on there, pulled him out. Will broke his arm like in 3 spots.
Right.
And I mean, if they weren't there, that guy would have died for sure. I already thought he was dead.
So the driver.
He lived.
He lived.
Yeah, he lived.
Oh, good. When I read about this story, I thought
it was a bad time, man. Like he was saying, he kicked the window out, and he's like, "We don't get out of the fucking van." It's like, "What are you talking about?" I was in shock.
Yeah.
I couldn't lift up my arm. I broke my arm, and I didn't realize it. I was in shock, but they pulled us out of there and sat me on the side of the road in a bunch of briars, didn't even know what I was doing. And these paramedics come up and just cover me up with one of those silver blankets, you know what I'm talking about? Like those
the
kind of keep you warm.
Right.
And,
Space blanket.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty crazy time, man.
Wow, man,
I think the
horrible.
person who got it worse was our drummer. You got to tell him that story, Willie.
Oh, yeah, he was like, I was in this huge, like, it was like a bookmobile. It was a big, like, military ambulance. And they bring in our drummer, and he's like, covered in blood. I was like, "Oh no, Bones," that was his name, his nickname or whatever. I was like, "Oh no," he's like moaning. They were carrying him in, and they were looking around in his hair. It's like, "Wait a minute, that's not even your blood." Shit, are you serious? And he just gets up and walks off.
Well, whose blood was it?
It was the
like
driver's blood. He was behind the driver.
Oh my God.
But when they pulled him out, they pulled him out. He was acting like he was dying, so they were freaking out over him and shit. He wasn't even cut.
Wasn't even hurt.
I don't know how I would act if I didn't have a skull, or if my skull was showing. I'd be freaking out too.
I can attest to this stuff. We were in tour once, and we had a driver who would drink and drive all the time, and we would know when we got to the club when he literally crashed into it.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God.
Were you in Metallicus? That's awful, man.
Yeah.
When I brought up that van story, I thought, Will just had a broken arm. I didn't realize that the driver lost like half of his head.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
he was bad shape.
So they took them to the hospital, left us at some truck stop. And from what I heard, Will, you were the next week. You were talking about how they had to take like a Brillo pad and scrub all the skin to get all the rocks out of his flesh.
Oh man!
And they wouldn't give him any pain pills or nothing. So he's just screaming bloody murder. We went to see him like 3 days later. They had him all sewed up, and he was in good spirits. I mean, I'm sure they had him on painkillers and stuff.
Yeah.
But everything was, he had a couple of rings on too. I forgot to say the rings went all the way back to his wrist.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Like just totally split his hands open. It was all on that right side where he was driving. But they fixed him up. The only thing that he really has now is just a patch in the back of his head about the size of your fist that he has, like a rubber thing he has to put in to cover up the spot where the skull's still showing.
Wow, that's nuts.
Crazy.
That's nuts, man.
Dude, after meeting us for 45 minutes, and then that happened.
And you guys finished the tour, right? You're no pussies.
Well, he couldn't. Will broke his arm in 3 spots, man.
Dude, I tried,
Listen,
man. I held the guitar.
come on,
like,
Will.
Let me see if I can do this, man. It was like,
Take that.
Couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it.
Come on, rub some bubble gum on it and get it back in there, man.
Def Leppard could do it.
We just went to Amsterdam instead, so.
You actually tried, Will? You held the guitar? You're like, let's see if I could do something?
Yep. I put a guitar next to me, and I held it down on my arm. I was like, man, this ain't going to work, man. I tried my damnedest, because we always like, well, man, we're not going to stop. But we had to that time.
I wonder.
That was like the third tour with the band we were supposed to do that something happened.
I always wonder how that works with the money. Not that I'm hung up on it or anything, but like if you get hurt and you don't finish the tour, do you guys not get paid?
No, we didn't get paid.
Yeah, that's usually the way.
No, we had to forfeit everything because they call it an act of God.
Oh, right. Okay, it's in the contract if an act of God.
Yeah, that was in the contract. We've had other tours, other things happen where we had to cancel, which really sucks because you got to pay the promoters, you got to pay for all the promotion, you got to pay. I mean, it's
right. And you guys are touring musicians. It's not like everyone has top flight medical insurance if you have it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I was lucky though it was England because I was there for a week in the hospital and they were like
socialized medicine.
The day I left, they were like, "Well, where do I get my bill?" Where is like, "Oh, that's right. You're from America. We don't have bills. You can leave."
It's on the house. It's on the house, buddy. Beautiful.
That's right.
Except you had to eat their food. The food sucks. We were like sneaking them in food every day. So.
Oh yeah, the food is horrible. It's hospital food, but English hospital food is that. Oh man.
All right, English food's bad enough, and if you want to go down a notch, go to the hospital.
I never thought of it like that.
You were out of commission for a couple of years, though, right? On that.
What's that?
You were out of commission for a couple of years after that.
No, we've always been touring. He was only out for maybe 4 months. After that.
Yeah, after my arm healed, like 2 or 3 months, I guess, 3.5 months. We were out. We did a tour.
Nice research, Mario.
Well, thank you.
We actually did a couple of solo shows to fill the contracts that we had.
Right.
So we kept going. Yeah.
I rushed in early because I looked up the ska horror shows, and I had to be here because I'm never here. But I'm here early just for this interview.
That's right.
Nice job,
cool,
Tommy.
Man.
That's all, John.
Hey, who's the biggest asshole you ever met in rock and roll?
Probably Chris Stein from Blondie, the guitar player.
Wow.
Yeah.
Total fucking douchebag.
Is there a story behind that?
Put him on the board. Put him on the board, Tommy. Write him down there.
And I love Blondie. I mean, I love that band. Debbie Harry's a sweetheart, but that guy's just a dick.
Wow. Yeah, nice. All right, Chris Stein. We're making an enemies list.
Is there a story behind that, or just a...
Which one you want?
Just the way he acts, just uncool, man. I let him borrow my guitar strap and my amp, and I asked him for an autograph. I mean, he just went off on me. It's like, dude,
what?
Come on.
You lent him your gear, and he wouldn't give you an autograph. And not only would he not give it to you, but he yelled at you.
Oh, well, he kind of like, he begrudgingly gave it to me, kind of threw the paper back at me, kind of just bitched at me for no reason. It's like, dude.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's not cool, man.
You know, we were playing Tramps, and they were playing with us, and they saw that Will had all this Fender stuff, so he wanted to borrow it so he could go on stage with it. Will was like, yeah, totally cool. He came off stage, our roadie at the time, who rode a Greyhound bus like 15 hours to get to this show, just so he could bring a 7-inch for him to sign. So Willie asked him to sign it, and the guy just total dick, and there's been a couple other times too. It's just there's no call for it, you know?
Right? Yeah.
So,
I mean, come on. Everyone's in a band. We're all supposed to be in it together.
Yeah, it takes 5 seconds to scribble your name on something.
Right.
You know?
I've always
thank you. Nice meeting you.
I've always felt like that about people who are signing autographs who just can't deal with a quickie signature. I understand if you're going somewhere, you're not feeling well, you're late. I get that, but if you have nothing else going on, just shut up and sign it.
But now it's all selfies.
Yeah.
Autographs are dead, my friend. It's all you take a picture and put it on Facebook or whatever. Here's me and Chris Stein. That's not the first time I've heard that actually. Now that
About him?
Yeah, this is the second person who's told me he was a total dick.
I was once.
Hey, Chris Stein, if you're listening, fuck you.
Call in.
Call in 718-577-2717.
Is Johnny Lydon on that list? You have any experience with John Lydon?
No, he was always nice whenever I met him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, nice. Because every time I met him, he was a total asshole.
Really?
That's everybody.
You know who's
Mario.
completely lost the plot is the fucking guitar player. What's his name, Mario?
Steve Jones?
Steve Jones?
No, the other guy.
Paul Cook?
No, the
Glenn Matlack?
the guy from PIL, not Sex Pistols.
Oh, okay.
He's lost the what?
He's lost the plot.
He's pulled the
He's
Randy
out of his
Quaid.
mind.
He's pulled Randy Quaid.
He's accusing Steve Albini of stealing his Travis Bean wedge guitar that he sold for heroin like in 1980.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Glenn Matlack will be playing with you guys on the main
Keith
19
Levine.
show, right?
Keith Levine. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's actually a really super nice guy too.
Who, Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn Matlock's always
Yeah.
really nice.
He's doing the acoustic Sex Pistols tour, right? We saw him at...
Well, he does a lot of his originals too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's acoustic. It's
Yeah.
good. I mean, I'm not big on acoustic acts, but the stuff I heard him play was really good. So.
Yeah, he was down at the Bowery a few months ago doing all acoustic. I think just testing it out.
Guys, thank you so much for calling in. I'm sorry I have to I got to run because I got a show filled with stuff. So
no problem.
thank you so much for calling in. The independence.net. Go there for tour dates. And you guys have anything else to plug?
Just buy our records.
Buy their records. Buy their records.
Come out and see us, have a drink with us.
Come out. I would love to have a drink. You guys seem like such nice dudes.
They're playing where? Webster Hall, you said, right?
A studio at Webster Hall, May 19th.
May 19th.
But we might be playing Brooklyn, I think, on the 27th.
Where
But I have
about?
to look I'm not sure yet. The Gray something? Or the
Grand
there's
Vic-
different places.
Grand Victory, maybe?
Maybe it's Grand Victory or the Bear Bar. I think those two.
Right.
The same promoter does both. He's just trying to figure out where to put it.
Black Bear. I
Oh,
think.
but both places are great. Black Bear, we know the guy who owns that place, and the Grand Victory is an awesome place to play. Good sound
both great
system.
places.
Nice guys.
Oh, well, come check you out.
You guys should have
We'll
fun.
do some shots.
I want
I'll be doing some skanking.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping ska alive. Thank you,
All right,
gentlemen.
fellas.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We're going to play some Independence and go out and buy their records. Here's the Independence.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
Later.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes.
I searched the earth and crossed the 7 seas. 7 seas just to find the right girl for me. I've climbed the highest
timing. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, hey, what's up?
What's up? Do you have do you listen to the radio? Do you have a kind of radio background?
Yeah. Why?
Because you just called in at the exact perfect moment while that song was fading out. That was amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I know a little bit.
Thanks, man. I was like, man, you know what? I bet you he knows. I bet you he knows what he's doing. Perfect. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. It's so nice to talk to you. Thanks for calling in, dude.
Oh, no problem. Thanks. I'm big fan, first time caller.
Oh, really? You've heard the show before?
No.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Welcome to the real world.
We're speaking with Tony Rettman. He's the author of the book New York Hardcore 1980 to 1990, which is available on Bazillion Points. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
That's correct. Tony, what are you living on Long Island now?
Yeah, I live on the North Shore in Glen Cove.
Right. Nice. What are you doing out there?
I don't know.
Fishing.
My wife is originally not from the North Shore, but she's from Long Island. And, we lived in Brooklyn for a number of years. And then, I decided I'm a grown man. I shouldn't live in a place where, like, people deal drugs in front of where I live.
Right.
And I live in Glen Cove where people deal drugs at the local bar,
As it should be.
Well, you could just move back to the Lower East Side. I'm sure that's safe over there.
Yeah, and I would only have to sell half of my body to live there, to afford it. So it's great.
Now, the Lower East Side is completely not what it used to be in the setting of this book. Were you around back then in the scene, or were you just so into the music that you decided to write this?
No, I was. I mean, I was. I'm in my 40s, so I wasn't going into New York to see hardcore shows till the mid to late 80s, so it wasn't like I was like wearing construction gloves and a chain around my waist in 1982 or anything. I was at home like watching Fraggle Rock or something.
Where'd you grow? What neighborhood did you grow up in?
I grew up in New Jersey, in a suburb of Trenton called Ewing.
Ewing, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And you used to make it out to these hardcore shows in the mid-'80s, the mid to late 80s. What was the first hardcore band you saw that got you into it?
Well, the first hardcore band, I have a brother. He's 12 years older than me. He's the guy that kind of got me into this crazy stuff. And first show he took me to see was Black Flag when I was 12 years old in 1984.
An all ages show?
Yeah.
You got it.
No, I had fake ID for 21. At 12.
Yeah, I put on like a wax mustache.
Hello, one please.
Yeah, it was me and three of my friends under a big trench coat. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns.
One ticket to Bad Brains, my friend. Thank you.
Rascals.
Yeah. So that was the first show I saw, and then like a week later, I saw a show still in New Jersey where this band from Arizona called Jodie Foster's Army were the headliners. But like all the bands that were playing underneath them were like New York or New Jersey hardcore bands, and that was like the real like hook in the mouth, like to see those guys. Like not that Black Flag was like shitty or anything, but like to see those guys was like, oh, like yeah, this is what I was looking for, So yeah, like that summer I saw like Kraut and Cause for Alarm at Agnostic Front, and then like a year or two later, my brother was bringing me here and there, not like every weekend or anything, but like taking me to shows at Rock Hotel with him, and then and then I started jumping the train and going to like CB shows and stuff like that.
Right.
And so it begins. And what inspired you to write this book? Not that I'm not trying to offend you or anything, but if you read the book, it's more like I guess you've compiled the book. I don't want to undercut you as a writer,
like an oral history.
But it's an oral, it's testimonials from all the hardcore legends.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean I wasn't trying to like write myself into history. It wasn't like I was going to like Photoshop myself into a picture at like A7 or something.
I've done that.
But
Here's me bouncing at A7 when I was 11 years old.
Remember when I used to sing for Sick of It All? Photoshopping.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, it was just sort of like that was New York hardcore was sort of the thing that that was like the thing that led me into like getting into hardcore, and then like led me into like getting into all other kind of weird, crazy music. So, it was always something that stuck with me, and sometime in like 2008, I did an article for the Village Voice about they did a reunion of the A7 club, but it was at the Knitting Factory, and a bunch of bands played. And I wrote that piece, and I like interviewed way too many people than I should have because I was just really excited to do it. So those interviews were sort of sitting around, and I was always kind of I thought it'd be a cool project to do, but I was always sort of like intimidated to do it. But then one day I just said fuck it, and I found a publisher and went to town.
It's got to be a lot of work tracking down everybody, and I'm sure there's people who refuse to do the interviews, like key players. You're like, oh man, this guy doesn't want to do it. This is, he's one of the big guys. I need this guy.
Yeah. I mean, like most people weren't that bad. Like it took a while to track him down and to finally like nail down a time to do an interview. But you just got to keep moving. If the story still gets told. No one is like being undercut. I think like nobody that isn't spoken to is like crapped on in the book or anything. So, whatever. That's what second editions are for. To track down other people.
Yeah, it seems pretty. I'm not done with the book by any means. I'm only about 25% of the way through it, but it's an amazing book. It's got no one seems to be really trash talking anybody else. So when it does happen, it's rare, and it's you laugh out loud.
My favorite line so far. I'm about a little more than halfway done with it. I only picked it up yesterday, but it's great. And my favorite part is when Paul Bearer just lays it out on the line with the bad brains.
He doesn't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Those guys wouldn't be shit. Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah,
that was the best part of the whole book for me so far.
I'm amazed you two guys can read.
Well, yes,
Paul is he's just a quote machine, like everything he says is gold, at least to me. I don't know.
It's just funny because the Bad Brains is being the revered band, and when they show up, everyone's like, "This is it. This is what we're waiting for." And then Paul Bear's like, "Fuck those guys."
Yeah.
Do the Bad Brains belong to us? They're ours, right? They belong to New York?
No, they're Washington.
Yeah. No, listen, they belong to us though, because if they stayed in Washington, Mario,
according to Paul Bearer,
they wouldn't be shit. They wouldn't be shit. They came up here and they ended up living here. They're a New York band in my mind.
Listen, Tony, I'm 53. I was in 1980. I was 18, and 1990 I was 28. So.
Thanks for the math.
I remember the scene, and really it was the Stimulators that were really the first one that made that big crossover.
I agree. No, I think, and the Stimulators were the band that brought the Bad Brains to New York to play. So
that's right.
I totally agree. I think they're the band that kickstarted like what New York hardcore became.
And the drummer was your age. Right? He was.
Harley from the Cro-Mags was 12 years old.
It always amazed me. I mean, I was always going down to St. Mark's Place, and the whole. I wasn't heavy metal or hardcore. I was kind of still on a kind of art school punk phase, but there was kind of a division, like who was the Mohawks and the Studs and more of the metal, and then
West
going
Side
into
Story.
the hardcore. So it was always kind of looking at each other and kind of trying to figure out where do we stand. Who accepts who and what happens? I really didn't care. I kind of embraced everybody, but it was a fun time. It was a great time.
You were there for the drugs and sex, right, Mario?
I did have a lot of sex, and I did do drugs. But I didn't see the book, so I'm going to borrow it from one of these guys as soon as they're done.
Well, it's on the computer, the one I have, so forget it.
Computer?
I'm going to buy the physical book, but I only had a week to prepare, so it's not,
We'll have to print it out for you, Mario.
Amazon would take 2 weeks. Where can we get the book, Tony?
You can get it from directly from the publisher, Bazillion Points. It's www.nyhcbook.com, and they have them over at Amazon too. They just got them back in this week. So.
Right. So what's the best place for us to buy? The best places that benefits you the most would be Bazillion Points, or is it all the same?
Yeah, I mean, like I think I still get the same amount of dough.
Right. Okay.
Either way.
Yeah.
But,
we want to help you out the best way possible.
Yeah, Bazillion Points, although, like, it's crazy. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, the books are just running thin as we speak. Because we did, the book came out in December, and the first printing, like, just kind of dried up. And they just got the second printing, and they're already like, we got to order a third. And, I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just
this is great. You're actually making money off the book?
Right now, as of now, no. No, I mean,
One day.
like, dude, if I wanted to make money, I would have wrote a book about Justin Bieber or something. You know, like anybody to think like, and there are people like, hey, that guy just came in out of nowhere and he's making money. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Like, I'm making shit.
You've written books before. You've written the Detroit Hardcore, 79 to 85, and then you write articles for magazines and the like.
Yeah, Village Voice. I do a weekly column for Noisy, which is like the Vice music site.
Right.
And I'm signing a contract actually in a couple weeks for a third book. So, I just try to keep busy because if I don't, like, I'll just get fucking depressed about my normal life.
Do you have a straight? You have a straight job?
Oh, yeah. It's
You have
sucked
kids?
ass. I work in a print shop for a very well-known banking institution, and I work with fucking morons and fucking retards.
Now, what kind of printing? You guys print like checkbooks and stuff, or like what?
No, I print like it's for like
prints out foreclosure
for when they
notices.
like want to pitch like, hey, like you should invest in Jerk Off Industries because
Right.
they'll do this. Like, so we print out these books for them to like take to other corporate shitheads to like get their money and then do whatever with it.
I've invested a lot of money with Jerk Off Industries over the years.
I think they're doing well.
It's the Ponzi scheme of Flushing.
I have a reverse mortgage with Jerk Off Industries. I
think that's our new official sponsor.
If it works out.
Well, I thought that was my whole point of bringing them up right there. I thought maybe like put in a good word so you can get a sponsorship.
You know your audience.
Yeah.
J.O. Industries. Thank you.
J-O-I. No joy, enjoy.
Joy.
Walking Shadow on the chat box saying she used to do that as well. And she says, pro tip, bankers love gradients.
Oh, really?
It's a little font humor for you here on Live from the Barrage.
Graphic design
Hey, Comic Sans. Am I right, people? Come on.
Am I right? I like that.
All right. You got to see this book. It's got everybody in it. It's got D. Mercedes, Vinny Stigma, that chooch. Remember that freaking guy?
Vinny's a good dude. Man.
Yeah.
Screaming Man
but
George.
Vinny Stigma is a nice guy, but I'm sure. I have never met him, but he's like the
I
quintessential New York chooch, like meatball hero, fucking throwing the gravy around. I love it.
He's
A
short
very
but built like a brick
dad
shithouse.
humor, like as soon as I was like, hey, it's me, it's Tony. He's like, Tony Baloney. Hey, what's going on? Every time I see him, he's like, hey, it's Tony Baloney. Like,
Now that's Italian.
To go back a little bit, you said you're working with Bazillion Points. Now, did you work strictly with Ian Christie a lot?
well, yeah, he's a dude that runs it. So,
Right.
Yeah,
No, I was just curious if you went to like some of the underlings or you just went right to the big tall dude.
No, Magnus? That guy?
Yeah, I know Magnus. Yeah.
Was he like the enforcer or something?
It's kind of funny because I think people ask me that, like, hey, like, who'd you have to talk to do this? I'm like, Ian is in like in a pencil factory putting these books in like boxes right now. Like, it's not like there's some big like entity here.
No,
like, it's two dudes. Like, that's it. you know?
I've been to Bazillion Points, like actually a couple of times in Brooklyn, and I know it well. That's why I asked.
I'm not far enough into the book, but did you get to interview Bruce Wingate from Adrenaline OD yet? Was that in there?
Cookie Wingate?
Yeah, that guy. I'm friends with that guy on Facebook. He's out of his mind.
No, I interviewed Dave, who was the drummer for AOD.
Yeah,
and that was good enough.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk to Bruce.
No, Bruce has a lot of opinions on opinions.
That's right. I got something on Bruce too, and I'm not letting it out until he crosses me.
Why wouldn't you just let it out now?
I've got
This is it.
No, I can't. I promise him. I have photographic evidence. Someone who used to room with him. Thank you.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Does it have anything to do with Jerk Off Industries?
Yes, he's. It has a lot to do with it.
That's.
Yeah, if you look at Bruce's profile picture, it's like him from like 20 years ago, and then you look at his real picture, you're like, man, all these guys. I guess we were all just getting old. I mean, everyone looks horrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The guy from fucking what's the Nihilistics, the Long Island band. You're like, look at these fresh faced kids. Then you see him now, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell happened to this guy?
It's funny because that dude, like, I grew up thinking that band was like the coolest fucking thing in the world, and like I moved to Long Island, and like that guy lives like maybe a half hour away from me. And Ron is a great dude, but if you want to talk chooch, like, now there's like a...
Yeah, we want to talk chooch.
You're on Talking Chooch with Tony Rettman, author of New York Hardcore 1980 to 1990. Go get that book on Bazillion Points. Thank you. That's a plug, I think they call it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it because I'm not going to do it. It's my job, but I'm not doing it.
Hey, this Ron Rancid story, did they really beat up the Beastie Boys? He seems to kind of be embellishing there. I don't know about this. What do you believe it?
Ron likes to embellish something.
They might have beat up John Berry. That's about it. Like I think that's as far as it
He's
went.
like, the Beastie Boys showed up and we beat them up. What are the details? I don't know. Forget it.
Or they beat up like Kate. Like Kate or John.
I don't think she was in the band yet. John Berry. Poor John Berry. He's like the
he has
Pete
a lot
Best
of
of
stories
hardcore.
I went over his house, and it's funny because he just, their whole thing is like, even in 1981, their whole thing is like, life sucks, it's pointless, and he still thinks that, but he lives in like a McMansion in like Belmore, so it's like, and he has like a kidney-shaped pool, so you're like, what?
Right, McMansion in Belmore. Have you ever been to Ground Zero? Remember that place?
Oh yeah, we used to play there.
I don't know. I'm new to Long Island. What's Ground Zero?
Oh, okay. No, it used to be. I used to play in a band called Endangered Feces, and there was this whole Long Island scene out there of these punk kids who would show up like way out in Long Island, and then later on Belmore. Like not Smithtown. What's it called?
Huntington.
Center Reach,
and also Lindenhurst. There
were these big clubs, and it's not unlike the
King's Club,
the scene that Tony describes in the book, where kids would just show up. Like it was the 90s, and kids had mohawks, and there would be hundreds of kids at these shows just showing up because there was nothing else to fucking do, and it was an actual scene out there. Ground Zero in Belmore was one of the places.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, probably the last gasp of that scene.
My friend Eric used to own and run that place. I think it ended in 1996, right in the middle of that. Yeah.
It was amazing. I'm like, what are all these kids doing here? Where the hell did they come from? And I'm like, I was like older at that point.
Huge scene in Long Island, man. Then out all the way out east, there was a Port Jefferson. There was like
the Roadhouse, the King's Club,
skate parks, and
Huntington, Long Island had a big scene.
Yeah, PWAC in Lindenhurst, all that shit.
Yeah,
Tony, you said you did Detroit and New York. Any thoughts on the West Coast scene? That whole West Coast hardcore. Have you thought about it?
Well, I think that's pretty well documented. Like they don't need me like traipsing in and trying to write about that. Like I don't know. There's like, the Bazillion Points did that book a couple years ago. We Got Power. That was sort of about that SoCal like early '80s hardcore scene. And I think they get enough fucking attention out there.
Well, leave them on the West
Fuck
Coast.
LA.
Well, the movie Decline of Western Civilization probably still has to be one of the top documentary moments for that scene, right?
I love that thing. And apparently, from what I've heard from doing some interviews with other people, that that'll never. Apparently, the prints of that are gone. Like they were burned in like a fire or something. Like so whatever you have of that, hold on to, because that. To me, that's a big thing for me because I don't know if you're in the same age bracket as me, but like
I'm 40.
When I first got cable, there was like Nickelodeon just came on. They had some sort of like teen talk show,
right?
That was supposed to be like a serious teen talk show, and they had like Manowar on there once.
Ross the Boss.
Full
on loincloth.
And they also had one where they had Penelope Spheris, the woman who directed Decline of Western Civilization.
Right.
And they showed like clips from the movie, and I was like 8 or 9 years old. That shit blew my fucking mind. Like, it was amazing. Like just that, because they just showed that scene like where the Circle Jerks are playing, and they just show like the pit, and it just basically just kids hitting each other in the face. And I was just like, I want to be there. I want to hit somebody in the face.
Well,
and no repercussions. Like,
no repercussions. You could just punch each other and then shake hands afterwards. That's a good question. Who started the pits? Who started moshing? Do you have a guy?
I did.
You could say besides Mario.
John Joseph claims
like
to have
in New
started
York, or just in general, or what?
Whatever. Okay, let's go New York.
Well, I think New York, from what like everybody's, from the history that I am told, like while LA was sort of doing slam dancing, New York was still like punk and pogoing and shit like that. But when it started to come into New York, people claim John Watson, who was the original singer of Agnostic Front, like he was the guy that had the most like flair, as it were, for moshing. And I think that's the whole thing is like New York. I think when hardcore was just busting out in New York, so was like rap. So I think there was something like a parallel there where it was like whoever was the best dancer was the coolest guy.
Right.
You know, there's also a very Saturday Night Fever Goomba vibe to that too. Like whoever's the best dancer.
Don't touch my hair; it's getting weird.
Well, there's the Guido hardcore crossover, which is there's a thinner line, and I think people think.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what New York hardcore is to me. Is like that's like the paradigm of it. It's like these are guys that should be looking at punk rockers or being like fucking faggot. What the fuck?
Right.
But they're like them. They're defending those people.
Right. It's
That's
looking
the whole
in a
weird,
mirror.
Like that was the part that really lured me to it as a kid. Like I was like, these guys shouldn't be into this, but they are. Like why? Like that was the thing that intrigued me about New York hardcore.
Everybody wants to belong to something, and when you can show up and there's all these kids there and it's the same thing that you are, it's all these disenfranchised kids. It feels good.
Yeah, it's empowering. Yeah, definitely.
I just like beating the crap out of people.
I think.
Well, that's you. I don't know.
I wasn't that tough ever. Like in hardcore, I was the guy in the back, like. Because a lot of people are like, hey, why are you writing this book? You weren't there. I'm like,
Right.
I was there. I was just like in the back, like with my hands up. Like, no.
Yeah, I chose not to, get my ass kicked every night. That's all. I wanted to watch the band.
But one thing
Yeah,
people
exactly.
need to remember before even hardcore or even punk established itself, Max's Kansas City was having a pretty much of a great scene with bands like, the Dead Boys and Stiff Baiters and Walter Lure and all the guys left over from the Dolls. And all the older guys would stand in the back by the bar. I never understood why. This is great music. What are they doing back there? And then 20 years later, I realized why.
They were angry
But
that
that
punk
was
rock
where
was disappearing.
Max's used to be tables and chairs. So every time the
Right.
band would come on, every table and chair would thrown to the side, and it was mayhem. And it was sort of pogoing, but it was the beginning of kind of that moshing.
Wait a second, Mario. This is amazing. You haven't read the book, but you must have been there. This
I
is
was
incredible.
there.
Go
Why
ahead.
didn't I interview you?
Yeah, you should have interviewed Mario. He's old.
Yeah, and my brother was in a garage band called
The Assholes.
the Grand Poobahs. And big fans. We all knew Murphy's Law, and they actually played a benefit for us when we did our radio station went on fire, and they did a big benefit for us at Danceteria. So, but it was really there was a lot of moshing going on even before the hardcore scene became established.
Really? What like in what way?
At Max's, I mean, it was murder out there. I mean, the tables and chairs would go, and next thing you know,
murder, I tell you.
It was murder, I tells you.
It was really I guess a general evolution of what happened in hardcore.
But Tony, in reality, there were two Max's Kansas Cities, right? There was the Max's that closed and then reopened, and when it reopened, it was kind of the welcoming to hardcore, and they didn't really give a fuck what was going on. They made no money, and
Yeah, well, apparently, I guess the thing was that the first one closed, the second one opened, and the guy, I guess, who was the owner, was just like, I don't give a shit, whatever.
Right.
But originally, he didn't give a shit because, like, I guess they had the restaurant above or below Max's,
Max's,
and like
the restaurant was downstairs, the bands were upstairs.
yeah. So I guess as long as they made money in the restaurant, they were like, to Peter Crowley, who was the guy who booked the shows, they're like, put on whatever you want. I don't care. Like, I'm making money down here with the restaurant. And then when that closed, they put pressure on him to, book
pay the bills.
bands that would bring in people. And he was like, hey, I'm going to book like this, like Heart Attack, like a bunch of 14-year-olds from Queens. And they're like,
yeah,
no, like, that's not going to work. Like, and they closed, I think, by December 1981. Yeah.
Right. So the restaurant was keeping the whole thing afloat, and then once that went away, the whole thing was kind of over.
Yeah.
So what about the Mud Club and CBGB's persevered? No. What year did the Mud Club close?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what, like 82 or 83? I don't know.
So that's early.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe Mario knows. I mean, he's
I have
Mario
a really
knowledge
foggy
on
memory.
here.
I got hit. A bouncer threw my head into a parking meter about 1981.
Isolate
and that was
that.
pretty much the end of what I remember.
Scene missing.
It was that, and in San Diego, I got my ass kicked at an Angry Samoan show or something. I don't even remember. A couple of Marines who thought they were hardcore.
I think you mean
skinheads.
Maroons.
Hey, Mario, Tony, Mario has a list, actually, of, and we're going to do one a week probably. He's got a list of every show he's been to and the drugs he did.
To
and
combat
he
my
made
memory loss.
He made a little journal. we're gonna explore that later in the later shows.
That's a book. That's a book right there.
There you go.
It is a book.
We should. You should talk to Tony after the show and figure out how you could turn that into a book.
Mario Asaro, esteemed author.
Hey, listen, I'm a published author myself. How do I get into this? I wrote a pizza article for Thrillist. It's got 25,000 likes. Thank you.
That's more than I have on any kind of fucking social media for this bullshit book I wrote.
People are really mad about Queen's Pizza. They're really angry at me.
It's because it's like you rode your bike to these places. You never left the neighborhood.
That's right. Why leave the neighborhood? You fucking, I walk out the door, I run into a pizza pot.
Did they tell you to only list 7 places, or did you?
No,
could you have done 50, but you didn't.
They let me do whatever I want.
All right.
Did you at least get a free slice out of it?
No. You
got a budget. You got a budget for
No,
Thrillist.
I've been to the pizza places after the article came out where they're thanking me when they realize it's me. I never told them, but they're like, "Oh, we figured out it's you."
That's because they're like, "Oh, it's that guy on the bicycle again."
And they try to offer me free stuff, but I'm all about ethics and pizza journalism. I will not bend or break. That's
I'm not
bribery.
going to be bought.
Right, I will not be bought.
My pizza won't be bought.
You don't take pizza under the table.
No, I take it very, very seriously. I wrote something, and it has to be correct.
Well, I think it's
That's
time
it.
for you to do a book, John. Maybe you could do a whole thing about.
Well, me and Tony are going to
American-
get together. We're going to do a whole book on the Glen Cove hardcore scene.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
It's huge.
There's a bunch of Guatemalans around here who wear Sham 69 shirts.
Oh
yeah, because there was one day I was like driving down the street and I saw like a Guatemalan guy wearing like a really, really old like Johnny Rotten shirt, and I was like, he just bought that at a thrift store. And then like I saw like a whole gaggle of dudes walking down the street with like Sham 69 shirts on and like
you're not even
British
kidding.
punk rock shirts, like Partisans, and I was like, I think I cracked something here, like the Guatemalan hardcore scene, Glen Cove, like
near the projects by the hill.
Oh yeah, that's near where I live.
I know
your
where you.
stuff.
Well, my friend used to live on John Street. You know where that is? I don't know.
Vaguely. Yeah.
It's like you gotta. All right, so the rest of the audience, there's like one person who will know what I'm talking. You go down Glen Cove Road and you hit the firehouse, right? That's where
the barefoot mailman or whatever it's called.
The barefoot peddler.
That's what I meant.
You stop for a drink at the Barefoot Mailman, and then you continue on south. And then you make a right. There's nowhere to go. You go right or left at the firehouse, and then you have to go up these hills. And there's actually like these projects there, right?
I know exactly. What
with
you're
like
talking
woods and there's a big Latino community, I guess, in there.
I was banned from Glen Cove for a long time legally.
Just like Bad Brains.
Why? I got a criminal trespassing ticket, and we hit our drugs, but they still were on to us.
Great fireworks show if you want to go to the 4th of July.
Oh,
They have
yeah,
that
yeah.
nice park there.
I was with his wife. She was there. John's wife was with me.
Oh, great. This is before I was married to my
The
wife.
last fireworks show for the 4th of July here, like my wife and I went down to the water, and it was totally fucked up the whole time because this fucking chooch who was next to us, who was like talking to his friend on the phone, like, you got to come down for the fireworks. And like he's giving him loud directions, and he's like, come down, they're this way. Oh, you're fucking stupid. What do you have, an abacus? Don't you have a GPS? Come on. Like, just going back and forth yelling.
What, you have an old Asian mathematical tool and not a GPS?
I'm totally writing that down, loud directions, because I would see that band in a heartbeat.
Abacus?
Loud directions.
Abacus is my favorite Genesis record.
With loud directions, take a left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The other joke of that was like they had a band playing on the beach, and for some reason, like while this dude was like yelling into his phone to give these guys directions, the band was playing "The Killing Moon" by Echo and the Bunnymen.
Okay,
like
this sounds
like that
terrible.
just makes the whole thing was surreal. That's all. That's basically all I'm trying to say here.
Did you ever try to approach Ad Rock or Mike D, the Beastie Boys, for the book?
I tried to get in touch with them through their manager.
Steve Martin is a dick. Steve Martin is the worst.
Not the hilarious, comedian that we all like.
Right, not the guy with the arrow through his head.
Yeah, no, not the author of Cruel Shoes, and yes, yeah, it just wasn't happening, and it was also around the time that one of the one that died.
MCA.
So it was a hard time.
And I think there's a weird thing with the Beastie Boys that before MCA died, you would never see any Beastie Boy do an interview on his own. It would always be all three.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that plays into kind of their philosophy, maybe, that they won't do separate interviews. I think
Maybe.
I think they're
I don't
kind of
know.
probably going to loosen up soon because the other guy can't do it. It's
Yeah.
impossible for him to do it.
Who, Mike D?
No, the MCA.
Oh yeah,
I just saw that he did some interview like in the past few weeks. But the thing is like, everybody that I interviewed, when I bring up the Beastie Boys, it seemed like the general, and it's not like I'm not like shitting on them or anything, but it just seemed like the general consensus of everybody was like, if they didn't do the rap thing, they would just been like, they did this 1 7-inch and then went away.
Yeah.
That was-
yeah. As far as hardcore goes, sure. I think. Yeah.
So I mean, the whole thing with the book was like, for me, it was like I wanted to write the book that I wanted to read. I wanted to be the Maya Angelou of New York hardcore.
Punk rock.
I got to tell you, it's the book is super entertaining. It really is. Like I'm reading a couple books and they're boring, and this one I can't stop reading it. It's exciting, and I'm afraid to start reading it again because I know that it'll just take over my life. Have you read the Our Band Could Be Your Life?
Yeah. A lot of people crap on that book too, but that guy had some sort of, he knew what he was doing because that book sold well, so obviously he knew what he was doing.
I like it. But it's that to me.
I think it's a decent book, but he was really smart in the way of I think people that grew up with those bands were like, I know this story, whatever. But guys my brother-in-law bought that book, was like, hey, did you know this band Minor Threat had to drive themselves around in a van that wasn't insured and slept on a floor? Good God, he really sold that to normal people. Wow.
Well, that's what it's kind of like.
Not
to me.
everybody's riding around in a bus.
I feel like a square because I don't know when I was in 1990. How old am I in 1990, Ryan?
15.
I'm 15.
You were 15 in 1997?
Yeah, I'm 40 now.
No,
so
in 1990, you were 15.
I was 15. So I mean, I missed that whole thing, and I'm happy to know about it now. And it really is if you read the forward to the book, what's his name? The guy Madball.
Yeah,
Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie. Yeah.
He'll tell you if you're not into it, I think it's more exciting for people who don't know about it to read about it.
Yeah.
At least that's my experience.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I wanted to know more about the stuff that I wasn't a part of. I wanted to know about 80 from 80 to 85. So that was exciting for me to interview those people. 85 to 90, I was sort of
Islanders.
I don't want to say I was there, but that was easier to navigate, sort of.
Yeah.
So you said your brother brought you around to a lot of these shows. What was he doing back? So he's 12 years older than you, and what was his thing? Was he in a band? Was he?
He was sort of I don't know. I guess he would have been a scenester before a scenester was a scenester. I don't know. He was the program director for his college radio station, which was in the town that I grew up in Trenton. And from there, he became friendly with the dude that started booking the sort of the punk rock club in our town, City Gardens. So he started DJing.
You're from Trenton, New Jersey?
He's outside of Trent. Trent.
Oh, right. You did say that. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Correct, Tron, bro.
So he started DJing all the hardcore shows there, and sort of he was just a guy that he still is. He's a guy. He works at Princeton Record Exchange, and
sure, yeah.
Yeah, and he's
our
just a guy
record.
that,
My band's record was just found there for $4.
there you
Which
go.
we released.
Endangered feces.
No, it's my other band. We released the record less than a year ago, I believe.
His serious band.
the serious one. Oh, okay.
No, the Endangered Feces was another time. Yes, that was fun though.
But yeah, he was just always a guy that, and still is a guy who's super interested in any kind of music that's going on. It's funny because he's like I said, he's 12 years older than me, but he has no sort of barometer as far as like, he'll go to like, hey, I heard these kids are throwing a crazy show in a basement in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm going to go. Do you want to go? I'm like, good Lord, no. I'm a grown man. I'm not going.
and he's
But
like
he just
60,
shows up, and I'm
he's
like, I'm sure everyone's like, who's the pervert?
Right. Hey man, who's the square?
College radio
No,
was
he
always
definitely
a great-
doesn't look like a square. He looks like an old stoner, so they're probably like, hey, that guy has a lot of drugs.
It's the guy
if
from the
cops
record
come,
company.
They'd just be like, all right, pervert, get out of here. Like,
Did he help you with the book at all? Was he?
It's time to play cop, pervert, or record company executive.
yeah, exactly. Do you work for Matador or you're a pervert? Oh, both? Oh, all right,
both.
great.
I'm both. Yeah. Why not both?
No, you got it all wrong. I'm from Jerk Off Industries.
I'm the CEO.
Here's my business card.
So did he help you out? Did you give him any credits in the book, or is he upset that like, hey, you didn't come to me?
Well, he would like that's the whole thing is like for that first, like the first 80 to 85, he was sort of around for then, but then like anybody that got into that first wave of American hardcore, he got a postcard in the mail in 1985 that said, you must listen to Sonic Youth now. So he moved on.
Oh, that's a shame.
He was like, oh, you got to go listen to the Swans. So from 85 to 90, I was sort of like navigating it myself. Like
But
he
then
was
you-
making fun of me for like liking.
Yeah,
for
but then
liking
you're on your
hardcore.
own. You're 17. You're old enough to make your own way, right? So.
Yeah. And I mean, looking back, I'm like, man, I wish I like went and saw Sonic Youth. There would have been girls there, but instead I went to go see Gorilla Biscuits. And it was me and a bunch of dudes.
What's your biggest concert regret? I got a bunch of them. My first one's the Ramones. I never fucking saw the Ramones. I cannot believe
I saw
it.
them, I think 13 times. They were great.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I saw Warzone open up for the Ramones.
The Ramones did not get high grades on my concert list. They were undecipherable. I didn't know what they were saying.
Shut your mouth, Mario. Shut it hard.
Dude, get out.
I'm sorry. You want honesty? That's what it
all
is
right.
from my
That's
perspective.
fine. That's your opinion.
At no point
I
did
love the Ramones.
At no point did I ask for honesty.
The Ramones are like your band, John. I grew to love them.
Oh, thank you.
But John-
They're my favorite band ever, and I never saw them.
John,
I
it's a shame you
fucking
didn't see-
can't believe it.
You didn't see the Ramones, but
I think if I was born 2 years earlier, I would have seen them a bunch of times.
I got to give it to your credit, though. You actually saw Nirvana.
I did see
It's a
Nirvana.
rarity.
I like 3 times.
I saw Nirvana twice. I think both times with John.
Yeah,
yeah, but no, the Ramones, my greatest
the Ramones were
regret.
great, even though in the beginning they were like, "What the hell is?"
Did Tony
going on?
give us an answer? Our guest?
What about you?
Oh,
Yeah,
for
Tony.
for like what band I regret never seeing?
Yeah.
I do actually. One that sticks in my head is My Bloody Valentine played at City. I mean, I know this isn't very hardcore, but they played at City Gardens, and that same night I went to like some shitty hardcore show that my friend put on in Middlesex, New Jersey, which was just like my friends. Like, hey, it's my friend's show. My friend's bands are playing. I'm gonna go, and I went to be like support the scene, and by doing that, I missed seeing like My Bloody Valentine in like 1991 or something.
I saw them later, and I think I went to. I wasn't
ATP,
feeling.
right?
No, I wasn't. I was. Maybe it was in Hoboken. I don't know. I wasn't feeling well, and I went to sleep in the car.
But I did see Nirvana when Nirvana played at City Gardens. The Fluid, this band, The Fluid from Colorado, opened up for them, and I was like a big fan of them. And I think both of them were on major. Like that was when Nevermind just came out, and like whatever, like the record The Fluid were putting out on a major label. Like they're both there. They're both at the same peak where they could have done something big,
dude.
And like I remember watching The Fluid and being like, these guys are going to the top. These guys are the greatest.
You
and then
boys.
like watching 3 songs in Nirvana and being like, this fucking sucks. Let's leave.
Wow.
And so obviously I have a real nose for talent.
Yeah, I think you have a career in A&R.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that Nirvana played City Gardens. I had no idea that was even happened.
I saw the Beastie Boys at City Gardens in '92.
I got to say, just real quick, you're talking about band regrets.
I think it was '92.
There's a few of those, but for venue regrets, that's one place that I regret never going to. I had so many opportunities to go see these punk rock
It
shows.
is so far from where we live, dude. It's not even funny.
It's far. It's Trenton, right?
I remember being like, I was younger, so like I was like 16 or whatever, and I was like, holy shit, where are we?
Right.
My biggest regret in life is that Tony didn't have something to do tomorrow, so you'd be hanging out at the bar with us and drinking beers.
It's not that far from Glen Cove to here.
You could still make it.
I actually got to talking about my shitty straight job. I have to be up by 6 a.m. tomorrow to
jerk off
to go
in
to
the
said shitty job and be there for 11 hours.
Gonna work for
So-
old man jerk off.
Do you find
he's
yourself
a
like
bastard, that jerk
He's
off.
cracking the whip.
Barnabas jerk off.
The third.
maybe you
No,
could
trust
do?
me, I really, I would like to be there, but
That's okay. Your phone connection is fantastic. I got to say. Are you calling from a landline?
Yes, that's
Amazing.
the whole thing. Yeah,
Dude.
when I've been doing a lot of interviews for like other podcasts, they're like, "Wow, like who's your service provider? This sounds great." I'm like, "I'm using a $10 phone I bought at CVS." Like,
Amazing. We talked to the guy from. We talked to the new drummer from Cheap Trick last week. It's Rick Nielsen's kid, and that guy's phone is Vakakta Schnooked. I'm riding the fader the whole time. This is great. I love not having to touch the mixing board. Fantastic phone connection, my friend. Thank you.
I have a question about your book. Now, how many of those like interviews, or callbacks, whatever you want to call it, about your book? How many of them did you do in person versus on the phone or via email or whatever?
Vinny Stigma insisted upon going to a pizza place.
Right.
Yeah. No, we did it at the tattoo parlor, at the New York Hardcore Tattoo Shop or whatever.
Yeah, he had to meet Johnson at the gym.
Yeah. Who? Which one?
Who's the singer from the Cro-Mags?
John Joseph.
John Joseph Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything. I don't know. He's just got
how
boobs.
many
is all.
What's that?
He's got, he looks like he works out. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, no, and he does.
That guy could ride his bike from here to City Gardens without a problem within an hour.
and without a shirt.
Yeah, and he will let you know that he did it. And I would too if I could do that. So that's the whole. That's where our stories circle. But anyway, as far as how many I did in person, I don't know. I ended up doing like something like over. I think it was like last count. It was like 108 interviews, 109 interviews. But most of them were on the phone. I don't like email interviews because I forget about them. Like I'll send the questions and then they write them back. I'm like, this is just something on my fucking computer. Like I don't
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I don't.
It doesn't
remember.
stick in your mind because it's just in another email.
Yeah, but then it's in writing and you can't misquote.
That's true.
I like that part.
That's true. But then,
it's easier. I can just cut and paste it into there.
Exactly.
But that's kind of lazy.
Mike, the downside of that is that people will compose their answers.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? It's kind of almost better to hear someone talk about it
in the
because
flesh.
then it's
That's
more
why I was
real.
curious how many were done with like a little tape recorder sitting between you and the interviewee. You know what I mean? As opposed to or a phone. I guess is a phone you have to transcribe, or do you record the call?
No, I record. I mean, I actually still use a tape recorder because like digital recorders to me are still like I don't get it. It's a mojo. I don't understand. Like
We use an actual tape.
Mario likes to
Yeah,
send
yeah,
it
yeah.
out.
No, I use actual
Yeah,
Maxell like 90 C90 tapes. Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
It's a real
Yeah,
reporter.
because
You're like
I can
Howard
rewind
Cosell.
those, and I have one of those old style like recorders with the pedal, so I can like
Slow it
rewind
down.
it back and stuff.
Oh
You
man,
slow it down,
cool.
speed it up, tape to tape.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Mario's
but,
still trying to figure out memory sticks.
No, I can't. I remember the first time I tried to use like a digital recorder, I was just like a retard. I was like, "But where is it?"
I know.
You know what? I can't hold this in my hand. Where is it?
I have like two digital recorders, and I don't understand. Like it's like recording number one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I'm just out.
Yeah,
You
because
can't keep up.
I
After
had to
number
go.
one.
I can't keep up with 5 numbers.
Yeah, I had to. Noisy/Vice sent me to cover some music festival in Texas last year, and Ian Christie actually was like, "You're not going to bring your fucking tape recorder, are you?" I'm like, "Oh, that's all I got." He's like, "Just take this." Like he gave me a digital recorder, and it was the same thing. Like I got back, like I interviewed a band, got super drunk, like hungover. I woke up the next day, like, all right, I got to transcribe this, and I just like hit it, and it was like. File 1, file 2. What the hell is this?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
You just want to
I
tape.
had to like sit there and listen to every little thing that was on until I found like what I did.
It's easier just to like tape it and then write Vinny Stigma on a little tape.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a huge box downstairs of like, if anybody wants to, if there's ever going to be a museum for this book, like, I got a gigantic box downstairs, like brimming with tapes.
Maxell, HDM, what are they? The chrome tapes, the metal tapes. I remember just.
Hey,
you have to spend a little extra to get the metal.
Way to show your age,
Yeah,
bub.
Good luck. Shut up, Tony.
Hey, I live for hardcore.
Tony, do you? I know a lot of hardcore fans are upset at like Fugazi, which is like Fugazi might be in my top 5 bands of all time, but people like these hardcore people like. And you ever hear the band Fear of God from?
Yeah.
The guy Eric Keller was a singer of that band.
Vaguely. I mean, I know the band. That's the best I can do.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's really annoying. And he's like always pissed off. Like, Fugazi ruined hardcore. And it's like, well, hardcore was never a self-sustaining scene. It was going to burn out. It's going to happen. And he would blame Fugazi, one of the greatest bands in my mind, for like ruining.
Yeah,
What is your opinion on that?
I mean, I always liked Fugazi. And it was kind of... I actually, for that Demos record that just came out a few months ago, I wrote like this really long form review of it for this British magazine called The Wire, which is like a sort of a hoity-toity like experimental magazine. And my thing with Fugazi is like I always liked the music, but I just thought the whole like, hey, don't stage dive, like it just.
Right.
I mean, now that I wanted someone to jump on my head, but on the other hand, it was just like,
but Ian,
these guys are stupid. Like the guys that are diving on people are idiots, and you're just sort of like they're baiting you, and you're going for it. Like that was my only beef with them.
Right. So once the kids figure out that if you stage dive and Fugazi will take you outside and give you your $5 back, you're going to do it.
Yeah. But I was really proud of myself because with the review that I wrote, like, because they wanted me to incorporate like the like that download series that just happened, and I was like, I like listening to these, hearing Fugazi play live because I think they're a better live band than they were recorded. I'm like, but all the stuff of Ian MacKaye yelling at the crowd, I'm like, it's sort of the bizarre world version of The Day the Laughter Died.
A friend of mine made a whole tape called I think you can find it online, maybe SoundCloud.
Oh yeah. Him
having fun on stage with Fugazi or something. It's just all the stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
I think
it's
Ian
sort of
gets
like
a
the
kick out
'90s
of it.
version of that Venom. Like the in between banter from the
You
Venom.
wild man,
That's
wild.
how exciting the '90s were. Like that's the equivalent of the '90s Venom fucking thing is Fugazi. But I really do think Ian MacKaye yelling at the crowd is equivalent to Andrew Dice Clay yelling at the crowd on The Day the Laughter Died CD.
the gods rock and roll!
I have it all, baby.
Oh, by the way, I was at that show.
No.
Were you?
Get out of here.
Was that the Ritz or something? Where was that?
No, it was at City Garden.
Oh, it was at City Garden. Okay, I wasn't sure.
And that's also sampled.
My brother
in the Beastie
DJ'd
Boys
that
album.
show. Venom, Black Flag, and Overkill. I was there, my friend.
There was a big thing this week on the internet that Kronos.
Kronos was going back and forth saying Henry Rollins was this or that. Or
and
something.
Henry Rollins was calling him a dick, and metal sucks, and all this.
This
stuff.
show you guys are talking about is actually strongly talked about in the documentary about City Gardens, which I saw. And
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they talk about this very scene.
I have to, get loaded and watch that one night.
Strongly talked about.
So, Tony,
Heavily.
John, does hardcore not exist anymore? Is that what I'm getting here?
Of course it exists.
So if Fugazi put an end to hardcore, what exists today?
Well, there's no new hardcore. Is there? Is
there a scene?
Madball still exists. Agnostic Front just
Well,
put
yeah,
out-
well, it's
sick of it all still exists.
I'm talking about you go to a show and there's like
put out a record next month.
My friend Craig just joined their band. I'm fucking psyched.
Craig
Craig
from
from Slapshot.
But what about like kids in their 20s? No,
there's no hardcore. The scene comes and goes, and that's it. It comes in waves, and you talk and forget it.
But I mean, there's still like kids. Like there's still kids that form hardcore bands. I mean,
I hope.
That's it. I mean, now that I'm like some weirdo in a windowless van hanging out, like, hey, dude, you guys forming hardcore bands?
Dude,
But,
you should totally get a white van and park it in front of like on Glen Cove Road and spray paint free hardcore on the side of it.
Spray paint X's on your hands and be like, "You guys are into candy or what?"
You guys like Agnostic Front?
That's how I met you, John.
You guys like old school hardcore? I got a lot of records back in my house.
You ever hear the stimulators?
You guys want for alarm?
You guys want to come to Glen Cove?
For alarm.
I'll give you cause for
Anywho,
Are you sick of it all?
But no, I mean, there's
I am
definitely
too.
still like kids that put out demo tapes and do little 7-inches and all that stuff. Like it still exists, you know.
Well, there's no really big 7-inches. They're all little.
Dude, I'm totally into. If there's kids out there that's starting hardcore bands, that's fucking mint. I'm into
No,
that.
and that's the thing is like that's the kind of thing that kind of gets me irritated. Is like, it seems all of a sudden now like some guy finds out like, hey, like somebody cares about this band I have in 1983. I'm going to reform it with like one other member and and two of my buddies
who just lost his job. Thank God.
Swing it.
Thank God he lost his job at Jerk Off Industries. Thank God. So
I got let go from Jerk Off Industries finally.
Yeah. But like that's the thing that kind of pisses me off is because like, hey, it's great that this guy is having his midlife crisis and everything, but like, you know, there's kids that want to do this shit, and it's more legit that
it's
a kid does it than like some fucking old guy who just wants to relive whatever.
Right. Always been about the kids. The more kids get into it, whatever it is, you know, hardcore, whatever new stuff that they're doing is what it's all about. Because, you know, the old people, we had our chance, we fucking blew it.
Yeah, but the kids want to see the people from yesteryear. Like you want to see AC/DC so badly. I can't figure it out.
I'm not against reunion shows. Only, you know, reunion bands have their own reasons for reuniting, and it could be a variety of things. And I'm happy to be able to see The Replacements, a band I never saw when I was a kid, which is one of my favorite bands, and you know, other bands. I'm down with it.
Yeah,
whatever.
That was a regret for me missing those originally.
But that's a separate issue from an actual scene, which I've seen with my own eyes, of kids getting together and just wanting to be in a place where they can all go safely and watch a fucking hardcore show or a punk show or a rock show and all get together and hang out once a week or whatever it is.
It wasn't too safe.
I'll meet you guys at the rap show.
I mean safe as I don't mean safe as
I know exactly what you
physically
mean.
safe. I mean safe as a place for a bunch
Where
of
you're accepted.
a bunch of weirdos to go outside of society where you know you're pushed out.
Amen to that noise.
Thank you.
Going back, Tony, to slam dancing, I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of these kids were like, we were all into roller hockey. So when we just started, slam dancing was just a great way to
Roller
extend.
hockey?
I'm going to put you in the whip, man.
The fuck?
That was a great way to
You're like the
extend
Fonz.
what you did. And it was a controlled aggression. It was a way like when you're playing hockey and you're checking people, you're not fighting. And the same thing was with slam dance. You weren't fighting, but you were getting that aggression out.
You
and
get the aggression out with
was-
respect amongst your peers.
Right,
and
somebody falls down, you pick them up and start all over again.
Until they fall twice, then you just step on
I
them.
have here. I did find one. I want to state one show. Can I?
Unless
state
you're
it
at
now?
the Fugazi show where you slam
Mario,
dance,
go
you get your $5 back and go buy a burrito.
July 30th, 1980, with a grade of B+.
Here we go.
At Max's Kansas City. Now you can tell because all my other shows have where I sat, and this just has a bunch of scribble lines that says slam.
July 30th, 1980. Okay,
At Max's Kansas City.
Here's
with,
Mario.
Slam. It was Mad and Stimulators.
Oh man,
Wow.
these bands are all in the book.
Power Punk.
Fucking amazing.
I wrote Power Punk, great. Then there's a Skull and Crossbone, and then it's scribbled like BVs, which means I got really drunk at my local bar in Queens before I showed up, and probably
BBs.
some other.
Is there a
crap.
more Queens bar than
But it got a B+,
BBs?
and I loved it, but it just got a B+. So I don't know what the hell I was looking
Wow,
for.
B+.
Did you hang out with the guy because the guy that booked all the shows at Max's, Peter Crowley, gave every band a letter grade after every show. Like he would
that's
walk
in
up
the
and
book.
like, you get a B- today. Like you guys kind of fucked off. on
We got to
stage. But
compare
it-
grades then.
I remember reading that in the book. The Nihilistics were all excited. They would always get like an A-. And they're like, "We're in, bud. We're in. You want to open
Yeah.
up for whoever?" You
But I think they were just excited to get off of Long Island.
And that was the other thing. Like, you know, the Lower East Side, no one would live there. And then, like, people would be like, you know, guys are coming from Long Island, like, who are these Long Island interlopers, you know, messing with our scene?
Then that guy Peter Crowley makes a good point of that. Like, he's like, everybody was from Queens. Like, no one
Right.
really.
It was
It
Jersey
wasn't until
and
later
Queens.
on that like
Right.
people started squatting on the Lower East Side and shit
Yeah,
like that.
everyone's from somewhere
You
else.
came from Jersey or you came from
Heart
Queens?
attacks
And that
from
was-
Whitestone.
We all met in the middle.
Yeah.
which is I could walk to Jesse Mallon's house right now. Let's go, Ryan. Let's walk to Jesse Mallon's house and talk.
He lives in Queens.
Yeah, he's from Flushing.
One of the greatest
Not
things
anymore. He
is
probably lives in a McMansion in Levittown's.
getting the Jersey girls to go home with you because their trains would stop running, right? The train to Jersey from Manhattan would just stop at some point. So if you hung out with them long enough, they'd be like, I missed my train. And then you knew it's like, well, get in my car. We're going to Queens. And
Hairdo.
there it was.
What
Fun,
was the,
fun, fun.
Who's the radio guy who used to just scream all day?
Tim Summer.
Tim Summer.
Yeah, you know where he went.
Oh, what do we know about partying or anything else?
Make
That
sure
guy,
my
yeah.
time's up, man.
But you know what Tim Summer, like, you know, he went on to be an A&R guy. He signed Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think he signed Enya too.
He signed Hootie? And who else?
He signed the Hootie. Yeah.
I call him Hootie because you know I'm a big fan, and the rest
You're
of
a
it's
big Jan
implied.
Mad fan?
Yeah.
I figured. But no, he like went on after that. He was like a dude on like when VH1 was sort of doing like their version of like the MTV News. He was their Kurt Loder, and then like he went on to be an A&R guy and sign Hootie and the Blowfish. So he's got that going for him. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And he actually just wrote like he does like a daily column for some Brooklyn paper, and he just did his like, well, I see there's a book that came out and all this stuff, and I'm going to tell my story of New York hardcore because I don't think this is right. And I'm like, great, like that's the whole point of this book. Like, I want other people to who were there to tell the story. So.
I'll write a book.
The more,
damn it.
Well, I guess
the more angles, the better in my mind.
Well,
just to get a whatever.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to ask you, how do you
But
feel?
no, Tony's angle's right.
How do you feel about Stony? Stony. How do you feel about
Stony and the Blowfish?
Stephen Blush's book.
I love him.
How do you feel about Stony? God damn it, Steve Blush. How do you feel
Stony
about his
Blush?
American
What do I
hardcore
think
book?
of Stony Blush?
Stony Blush. That's what I call
New
him.
sponsor.
No, but what do you think about him and then having made the movie and all this bullshit? You know, like, do you have any beef with him?
At the end of the day, like that, I wouldn't. Am I a fan of that book? Not really.
Okay.
But if it wasn't for that book, the two books I did probably wouldn't fucking come out, and a lot of other things. Like he really did sort of kick down the door for hardcore to be sort of legitimized or whatever you want to call it. Like that it became something that people are going to pay attention to, and it was going to be like history,
Right. Now,
solely on the chat box saying Blush's book sucks in all caps, but I don't know. I haven't read the book. So.
No, I don't. The American hardcore book to me, maybe in the back of my mind, like I was like, this book sucks. I want to do better.
No, he's only because you had said about other angles, and that's what made me bring it up. I'm just,
it's funny because
I just think that that book to me just seemed like he had a lot of like he was settling scores or something. Like he was like, like this guy, blah blah blah, and then like there's a whole thing where like, hey, like I got my dick sucked by some guy in San Francisco. Like, what does that have to do with the music?
Right.
Like,
no, that's like legitimizing himself. Like, look, I got my dick sucked by a guy, so I'm real.
Hey, I mean, we've all had our dick sucked.
Yeah,
by.
hey, these things
Sure, who
happen.
hasn't? You know.
I'm looking at Mario right now.
But this took a weird turn, man.
Back to sex talk on Live from the
Back to
Barrage.
jerk off industries.
Nobody wanted to suck my dick.
That's not sex. That's just scene unity.
Yeah, scene unity.
Yeah,
Circle
exactly. I mean,
jerking.
if you can't suck another guy's dick, then you can't mosh in the pit with him. That's pretty much it.
Slow clap. Very good. Hey, Tony, I got a question for you. Do you have a couple minutes?
Sure. Well,
You want to play a little crap, not crap?
Yeah, we need a theme song for Crap Not Crap.
Crap, not crap. Yeah,
So,
sure. Why not?
yeah, what I do is I'm going to name a band, and I'm going to rattle off a list of bands, and you say whether they're crap or not crap.
Okay, as long as it doesn't like it's no one that's like
In the
gonna
book?
come down. Yeah, sure.
It's completely separate. There's no hardcore bands on the list. This is what makes it fun because we know that all the hardcore bands are probably not crap to Tony. So we'll just give you like classic rock bands.
I want to run down a list of hardcore bands and do this.
Tony, just want to point out there is one rule. You're not really allowed to expound on it too much. It's basically a quick answer.
You could qualify your answer. If
I don't. Yeah, no.
if you
Trust
like.
me. I know I've been talking a lot. I don't. But I don't really like to. So it's fine. Don't worry about it.
You've been doing great, man. This
yeah,
is the best
not
interview
correcting
ever. All right,
You're
so-
doing great.
You're doing great, man. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but
right.
I think this would be fun. We'll just
Okay,
run
yeah,
through run through a list of bands, and I think it's fun that these bands are not hardcore bands. All right, so the New York Dolls, crap, not crap.
Not crap.
Metallica,
not crap.
Ooh. Foo Fighters,
crap.
Operation Ivy,
not crap.
Interesting. Deep Purple.
Oh, definitely not crap.
Absolutely, fucking Highway Stars. Yeah, the Rolling Stones.
Not crap.
Ted Nugent, the band.
You can make a political exception. Here.
Musically, not crap.
Right, as a person.
That's all it's about. It's about music, nothing else.
Exactly.
Let's moving on.
The biggest.
I mean, like,
bag
if
of
you really want
garbage.
me to expound, like,
Go ahead.
After 1979, crap. But,
Right.
right.
Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh, not crap whatsoever.
You got all worked
Tony
up.
almost had a stroke.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Grand Funk Railroad shirt right now. I swear to
Nice.
God.
Tony's punching a wall.
How dare you, sir?
Foghat.
First 2 or 3 records, not crap.
All right. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, definitely not crap.
Bob
See,
Dylan.
I'm not that exciting with this, I guess. Anyway. Yeah,
No, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Bob Dylan.
Oh, not crap whatsoever.
Nice.
Really? It's so.
I like
Bob
Bob
Dylan's so polarizing. Like a lot of people just hate.
No,
Bob
like
Dylan.
I celebrate his entire catalog.
God bless
Michael
you, Tom.
Bolton.
Get him tattooed on your leg.
Voltron.
Come on, you saw where I was going with that.
Yeah, I know.
I picked up off of your cue.
I thought you guys were sophisticated. You wouldn't know what that reference.
Oh, no, not at all. I get it.
We're very lowbrow here on Live from the Barrage.
I'm unibrow, so there we go.
Are you? You have a unibrow?
Yeah, I'm like the guy from Fugazi.
What about the unibrows? Crap or not crap?
Unibrows?
The unibrows bridged hardcore to punk rock.
Not crap. Unibrows, not crap.
Everly Brothers.
Oh, definitely not crap.
Definitely not crap. Bad Brains.
Definitely not crap.
Steely Dan.
Definitely not crap.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you? Why do you like
He
Steely
loves
Dan?
music.
I know. I'm
loves
sorry. I like a
music.
lot of stuff.
I'm
I love
fucking
Steely
sick
Dan.
of these Steely Dan apologists. They're horrible. It's like jazz for fucking white people.
That's an opinion of both of yours. You're allowed to each
Listen,
have
I
one. Let's
only
move
got-
on.
We're
Let's move
allowed
on with
to
the
have
game.
No, this is the fun of the show is talking about it, Dick.
Why are you gonna be so abusive, asshole?
Why do you got to cut me off so quick,
People are
dickhead?
yelling at each
First
other.
time
and
I said
nobody's
anything in like
mad at
half an
me.
hour.
Fuck you,
I'm-
Mario.
No, because Steely Dan, like, really, I'm curious about the love.
appeal?
Yeah, I don't get it. And I've tried. I'm not a dick.
I was never. It was funny because I had a lot of friends that were into punk rock, and then like, there's always like this little thing like, well, now I like this, and you'd be like, all right, okay, I can get with that. And then like I had a lot of friends like, I like Steely Dan. I was go fuck yourself. That stuff is for fucking people to do coke on yachts with. Like,
Exactly.
fuck that shit.
Right. It's
And-
like yacht,
and then-
pizza, gun,
yeah.
coke, music,
Yeah,
jazz,
but then like
bullshit.
All of these
a friend
things I
of mine
like.
played me that song Berrytown. It's from like that record Pretzel Logic. That's kind of cool. It's like a Beach Boys kind of song.
Mike,
like,
you-
it had like a poppy vibe.
You like
and then
Steely
that was
Dan
it.
too?
Like I was like,
Actually, I don't.
liked everything after that.
Interesting.
I don't like Steel. But I'm not. But I don't hate them like you do.
Well,
I
this
just-
is the fun of crap, not crap, being able to stop and talk about it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
No, but you were like, why? I don't understand.
Because I don't.
That's all fine. We're moving on. It's not a problem.
Yorma Korma, whatever his name is.
What the hell
Yorma Conquering?
Yeah, that's it.
That dude's from Hot Tuna. He wasn't in Steely Dan. I mean,
Is he crap or is he
He's
not
asking
crap?
you crap, not crap.
who, Yorma? Yorma's definitely not crap. No, I love Hot Tuna.
I gave him a B+.
Everyone loves hot tuna. Don't be silly.
Oh,
Boz
especially on rye.
Skaggs.
I don't
In the microwave, it's great.
Yeah, exactly.
No, hot tuna is badass. I love that band.
No, I do too.
Boz Skaggs.
Boss Gags. First couple records, not crap.
The Replacements.
Sorry, crap.
Oh.
Very polarizing. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Crap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, not crap.
Hey.
You don't like any Tom Petty songs?
I might have a few on my iPod, but I just never got why he, Tom Petty to me was like, even as a child when I heard that, I was like, this guy just sounds like Bob Dylan. And and it just sounds like the Birds.
Like to
So I
put
was
a
like,
saddle
like a-
on 'em
an
and
impression.
ride 'em
Who the
around the
fuck?
track.
Like, just
You know-
go listen to Bob Dylan and the Birds.
I love
And
Tom.
then- yeah, sorry.
I love Tom Petty, but I kind of agree that he's doing an impression of Bob Dylan and the Birds. I can't disagree
I
with
mean, he's
that.
heavily influenced by Bob Dylan.
Yeah, and then like
It's hard
even
to-
as a kid, I was just like, why don't people just listen to Bob Dylan? But now I understand. Like there's a couple songs people played me that I was like, all right, that's cool. Like that's. I think as you know the later stuff that's like from the past couple of years, like that record, The Last DJ or whatever. I think that's a good record. Like I
Here
think he's kind of
comes
coming to
Last
his own.
DJ. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bob Dylan today.
Let me hit you.
I
With
liked him better on the last episode of the Larry Sanders Show. I thought he was good on that.
He was great. That was a great show.
Let me hit
So
you.
he's
with
like, you know, what did he say? He's like whatever. Like Greg Kinnear's like, I was up for an Oscar. And he's like, for what? Talk soup.
For what? Talk soup. It's great.
I'm going to throw one at you. Tom Jones.
Not crap.
I not crap.
Wow,
Tom
you
Jones.
crap
as well.
Tom Petty, but not Tom Jones.
Tom Jones ruled, dude.
I have a funny Tom. Like my mother really liked Tom Jones. Like she had all the records, but she was so like far removed. Like she was like, oh, I just like the music. And then she went to go see him live, and she was totally disgusted because like I guess like women were throwing
panties.
there on
Panties
stage
in
and
the
stuff.
hotel.
And she just came back and she was like, oh, like I don't like. She never listened to him again. She's like, those women were making fools of themselves. Like, oh, like she was so disgusted by it.
You should listen to Engelbert Humperdinck. He was the good one.
You don't even know. Hairdo and I have a story about that guy, but
I can't tell it on the. I could, but I don't. Whatever.
There used to be this.
Wait, you have a story about Engelbert Humperdinck?
Yeah.
You can't tell on the air.
There used to be this chick we hung out with, and then eventually it turned out that she's the spawn of Engelbert Humperdinck. She didn't know it. We didn't know it.
No, she knew it. We didn't. We're sitting at home watching TV one night, and there was a story about deadbeat celebrity dads on like Dateline or some shit, and we're all sitting together, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, holy shit, it's her. And we found out, and I've talked to her about this, John, and she said that he was the biggest piece of shit, that he prorated her college education. He had to pay for her education. She went to the finest schools, but I guess she turned 21 while she was still in college. She turned 21 in like March or April. He prorated to the day and when he would stop paying for it.
Right.
Even though he was still paternally, he was in a DNA test. He went to court. He tried to fight it, and he was found out to be the father. And
What a humperdink.
Yeah, what a humperdink is right. But I mean, he had.
And I always thought he was a nice man.
He actually has a shit ton of money.
I didn't like when we were hanging out with this girl, this woman. Well, she was a girl back then. Slowly, don't get on my case.
Hey,
and
she's
we
a
were
woman
just like,
now.
We were.
Thanks to us,
girl,
and Jerk Off Industries.
We were throwing her. I remember having a barbecue at her house, and we like threw the barbecue in the backyard and like just wrecked our house and stuff.
That was the bbest barbecue I've ever been to in my life.
Can you get her on the air? Can we interview her?
It was a crucial barbecue, as Jimmy Gestapo would say. Tony, did Jimmy Gestapo tell you to call him Jimmy G and not put
G.
Gestapo in there? Is he embarrassed or something?
No, I think it took too much font.
From now on, they reference him to Jimmy G since there was something happening like in Philly a few years ago where like a guy showed up at a Murphy's Law show in a full Gestapo uniform.
Right, and he's not down with it. Yeah.
I guess he was like, "Oh, wait, I got to rethink this."
Let me separate myself from this Nazi persona.
34 years later, let me rethink this.
You're that. I just want to go on record that's you guys saying that, not me.
That's not Tony. That's all us.
I have no problem. I know Jimmy G, so I have no problem saying that.
Tony, crap, not crap. Mott the Hoople.
Oh, definitely not crap.
Yeah,
definitely not crap. Kiss.
Oh my God, definitely not crap.
Really? They have like 6 good songs. The rest of it's total crap.
Wait, Kiss have only 6 good songs.
Yeah, that's right. Deuce, Strutter, Black Diamond, She, Love It Loud, and I can't. That's about it.
They have Rock Bottom. They have a lot more than that, man.
Come on,
100,000
so
years.
much better music.
Anything
King of the
for my
Nighttime
baby.
World.
There was so much better
Parasite.
music to listen to.
Oh,
when Kiss came
Parasite's good. Parasite's a good tune. But come on, you give them the Aerosmith pass for Heaven's on Fire and Tears Are Falling.
That doesn't make them a bad band, in my opinion.
Part of the band.
Well,
I mean, Aerosmith are still, Aerosmith are good up to a certain point, and same thing with Kiss. Like I'm not saying like, hey, like I really like fucking Kiss Unplugged or something. Like I don't like that, but I grew up. I mean, I think we all, I have a very, my dad. I think our dads have like an idea like I don't trust anybody that doesn't drink, and I'm like I don't trust anybody who's my age who was like a male and didn't like Kiss when they were a kid. I don't trust that. Like that just means you were into something else. Like what the fuck else were you into?
Like, love-hate relationship, but
No, it was clown school. Come on.
Mario
there was
doesn't
much
like
better
it.
stuff going on when they came out.
Clown school.
Yeah,
but I mean, again, you're old. Like I
Insane
can see that
Clown Posse,
because
you might
my
as well
brother
say
was
I
like
love
Kiss
them.
are garbage. Like he, older dudes probably were like,
garbage.
that's just like a New York Dolls ripoff or something. Like they just,
Gonna take you back to clown school. All right, The Who.
The Who?
no, they're definitely not crap.
Right.
Come on.
It's a tough band. A lot of people don't like The Who.
Who doesn't like the Who?
I think Hairdo doesn't like The Who.
I love the Who.
Oh, good.
I play bass, man.
I like The
What do
Who.
you think I don't like Thunderfingers?
Who that? Who that?
That's
Who
your new
that
nickname.
don't like the Who?
Prince.
That's your new nickname.
Yeah, with the French bread.
Prince.
Prince? Not crap.
Thank you.
Shit all over.
Pat Benatar.
No, crap.
Pat Boone.
Not crap. He's very
Joan
adamant.
Jett.
Pat Boone had one good record. It's called seriously, it's called Departure, and it was like his attempt at doing like a country rock record. It's pretty good. I have it downstairs. But
we're coming. We're gonna come
other
over
than
and
that
listen
one
to it.
record, crap.
All right, let's move on. The Beatles. Little band out of Liverpool, England.
Yeah, I think I've heard about them.
It's okay to crap the Beatles. We don't judge
My
here.
punk rock side wants to say crap, but they're not. Obviously, they weren't crap. I don't know.
All right, how about
People like them. Yeah.
Do you like them? Would you? Do you find yourself ever? You would never go
It's
back and
it's
listen to a Beatles
decent,
record.
like the other day, I was driving around and they played Dig a Pony, and I was like, oh, okay, like that's
a
good song.
great song. That's in my top 5 Beatles songs. That's
Yeah, it matters what I think with a lot of that classic rock shit. It matters what song it is. If it's the same song you hear fucking 50 times a day, you're like,
yeah, like fuck,
kill me.
Fuck the McCartney jams like Penny Lane and
Oh, yeah,
Long and
well,
Winding
Paul
Road.
McCartney
Listen,
Total crap.
The Cavern Club was the CBs of its time. Come on, that was total punk.
No, I mean I agree that I like the Beatles, but it's such a fucking large entity. It's hard to be like this is good. You're very you pick and choose.
That's what makes crap so fun.
That's why it makes it all this discussion.
A Velvet Underground.
No, come on. How can they be crap? Who would think they were crap?
You would be surprised. Lou Reed
Who
solo.
thinks they're crap?
Lou Reed solo.
Crap.
We're going out on the dirty boulevard. We're gonna die, yeah. You
But
know.
have you ever heard like there was some record he did an all acoustic record in the 90s. There was like a live record, and he does that Dirty Boulevard song, but it's so it's almost like he's making fun of it. He's like, oh yeah, Dirty Boulevard. He just like goes up and down, and it's fucking garbage. Anyway,
Sonic Youth.
Not crap.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh God, not crap whatsoever.
baby.
Oh, you love the Mac, don't you?
I've lost all respect.
What is wrong with you, Mario?
No, I like the Fleetwood Mac, and it reminds me of something Tom Sharpling said when we had him on the show, which was like Steely Dan. I think he crapped, but Fleetwood Mac was like the real version of Steely Dan. Like they
I can
mean
see
it.
that, but I think that is the thing is, I remember when I first started to like the early Fleetwood Mac, like the Peter Green stuff. I was like, I'm not going to like the bad stuff, like the Rumors and all that. But then I eventually liked that too. So it all you end up loving what you hate.
By the way, I'm here to say that thunder can totally happen when it's not raining.
That's right.
The scientists have proved that. Yeah.
Crocus.
Crap. I couldn't even name a Crocus song, so I don't know. Yeah.
Me neither. Television.
Not crap.
Gang of Four.
Oh, not crap.
Gang of Five.
Just played last week at every plaza.
Husker Du.
Not crap.
The Clash.
Crap.
Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna come over
telling
and
you.
kick your ass, Tony.
I like it. The Clash is the question that divides all people. It's the best.
What the fuck is going on here?
People hate the Clash or they love the Clash. It's the best question ever. And Tony crapped him. With
There'd be no hardcore if it wasn't for the Clash.
You really got him riled up.
Jeez.
What about
I'm coming to Glen Cove.
What about like deeper bands like Pink Floyd?
I love it. Yeah, I love Pink Floyd. Not crap. Yeah.
Who not craps Pink Floyd and craps the Clash?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Someone that smoked a lot of pot.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, not crap. Come on, I live on Long Island.
You're damn right you do. King Crimson.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Who was the next one?
King Crimson.
Oh, not crap whatsoever.
King Missile.
Crap.
King Diamond.
I wouldn't say it's crap. It's just something I don't relate to. I don't get it.
D.D. King.
Who?
D.D. King.
B.B. King?
D.D. King. The rapper.
D.D. Ramone's rap group.
D.D. King.
Artistry.
Not crap because it's entertaining. I don't know.
You have King's X on there?
King's X, why not?
King's X. Is that's Corey Clark's band? King's
I don't
X?
know. I haven't heard one King's X song in my life.
I think that King's X was like a band that this dude Corey Clark was in. Who was like a Detroit. He was in like Detroit new wave bands. He's the guy like on the Meat. Like if you ever listen to the Meat Men, they they're make fun of gay people and they're like, we're gonna meet at Corey Clark's Dude Ranch.
That's really funny, you know. It's like it's to make fun of gay dudes.
What's up, Norm?
Hey, Elvis Presley, the King.
That's crap. Come on. No.
You're crapping.
I don't know. He's not crap. I don't know. I don't.
No,
listen,
crap
I don't own any
him.
Elvis
Crap
Presley
him.
records. I don't know.
Ben E. King.
Definitely not crap. I mean, he has that one song that's in that movie.
All right, we just have a few more. Iron Maiden.
Not crap.
Yes.
Chavez.
Oh, not crap. They're good.
Oh yeah, baby. Did you see Chavez at all in the latest tour?
I didn't see any of those reunion shows, but I saw them like in the 90s. Yeah.
Did you? You bastard.
Yeah. No. What's his Sweeney? Come on.
It's Matt Sweeney. Yeah, he
the king.
does the noisy for Vice things with the guitar moves.
Yeah.
Those are great. He gets together with other guitar players.
I don't get it because I don't play guitar, but I'm sure people that play guitar love it. So.
It's a lot of fun. Matt Sweeney just shows up at say Dean Ween's house or something, and they play like guitar riffs and they try to figure out like Black Sabbath riffs and stuff. It's a good show. Check that out on Vice.com. Really quick, couple more Sebado.
It's in the oven. It's in the oven. What's that?
Yeah, that's a great album of theirs.
Put it in the oven. Put it in the oven, woman.
We've kept Tony on too long. This was supposed to be a quick call-in, honey.
We're almost done. I'm on the phone with a radio show.
Mom.
Sebado.
Not crap.
Look at that. Joe Walsh.
Oh, not crap.
Pat Walsh.
All right, there we go. There's Crap Not Crap with Tony Redman, author of New York Hardcore, 1980 to 90. Go out and buy the book on bazillionpoints.com. Tony, thank you so much for calling in and hanging out with us.
Thanks, Tony.
That was fun.
Anything else you want to say?
That was fun. And www.nyhcbook.com.
There you
Purchase
go.
a book.
How would you rate this radio show? Crap or not crap?
Definitely not crap.
Yeah. All right. Not crapping us. Thank you, Tony. He knows everything about hardcore. The book is super entertaining. It really is. It's a blast. I love reading about that stuff.
You can search for him at Jerk Off Industries also, for those of you at home.
Of course, yeah.
Please go to jerkoffindustries.com.net.
.gov.
.net. Come on, get it right. Yeah.
Tony, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it.
All right, cool. No, it's fun.
Anytime you want to come in here and drink beers with us, feel free.
It sounds like it's a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Just get out of that Glen Coves and come over here.
All right. Later.
All right, later. Thanks,
buddy.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks.
There he
Yeah,
is.
thanks.
There's Tony Redman, author of New York Hardcore, 1980 to 1990. What a great interview. I think that went well. What do you guys think?
I like it.
happy.
Except he hates the Clash.
I'm happy to take a break.
That's why it all went south for you.
A lot of people hate the Clash. Let's take a quick break.
Damn
and
them all.
We'll be back.
Why quick? Let's make it a nice long one.
Long break. We'll be back in 25 minutes.
Hey, this is Jesse Mallon. You're listening live from the Barrage.
Anyway, this is Noise the Show. Anyway, this is Noise the Show. I'm Timmy Summer. There was a really great show last night down in downtown somewhere. The Beastie Boys played. They were great. Reagan Youth played. They were great. Bad Brains, great show. Anyway, we're going to hear something now from the Beastie Boys. This one's called Egg Raid on Mojo. They're one of New York's best.
This is Paris Mayhew, and when I need my metal, I listen to Live from the Barrage.
Hey, this is Craig Hav from Sick of It All, native of Queens, New York. You're listening to Live from the Barrage, right out of the garage.
Hit me with some funny shit.
from the garage.
Sir.
I just got turned on to your groovy melodies.
Sir.
Let me go lead this walk to get us through it. I know I had my wallet stolen, but don't look now. Hi. Grace only knew I wanted.
Sir.
I don't think anybody in this room gives a flying fuck right now. We talk about that.
It won't be long.
You wrong, Tron, bro.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Sir.
Let me go lead this walk.
Yo, Kev.
To get us through it.
Sir.
I know I had my wallet.
Yo, Kev.
Yeah, and we're back live from the barrage. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, I don't know what those
All right.
hand signals means, sir.
Nice hardcore set, Mike.
Incredible hardcore set. Good job, hair dude. Thank you, man.
Yeah, good job.
Hey, man.
Take me
Here
back to
play
my
some
youth.
Murphy's Law, some Chromax, whatever.
Murphy's Law.
Early Beastie
Coach
Boys.
said mousetrap.
Early B-Boys. This is a great picture. If you Google Harley Young, you'll see this great picture of Harley from the Chromags with MCA. MCA looks like he's my son's age in the picture.
Your son's 39.
My son's 39.
And has more Twitter followers.
Your son's bigger than me, man. It's sad. I have to look up to your son. What a sad thing.
I can't believe my son's taller than you. He's also, I wish he was in the hardcore scene starting a band. Holy snappers, holy shit.
What does he listen to?
They don't listen to nothing, these kids.
The soundtrack of life. You
Yeah,
ever
I'd
hear
love to
those
know.
video games and those...
Suck one. That's why.
They don't listen to nothing, these kids. Forget it.
John, Ryan and I were talking during the break, reminding me that you and I are going to see Mr. Don Rickles soon.
Unbelievable. I cannot
wait.
wait. Tommy, that's like the nicest thing ever.
I want a video of you two guys reacting to Don Rickles.
Why don't you work a zoo and stop bothering people?
I cannot wait. Tommy, it's a really nice birthday gift that you got
No
me.
problem, John. My fingers are just crossed that
You're
he...
going to have a great time.
that he makes it.
And everybody's sucking sand?
You don't want to show up on time because they have a Frank Sinatra cover band for like a half an hour
Oh,
before
really?
he actually comes out. Or more time
Skank
than that.
Sinatra.
Well, why would you want to see that?
By the way, can I just point out...
Donka Shane.
I would like to point out that every single
Skank
one of us in the
Sinatra.
barrage during the break was skanking the pickle.
We were.
I find no novelty with Frank Sinatra at all.
We skanked during the whole break.
I can't stand
During the whole Murphy's Law song, we were all skanking.
Life is good. The Thor is here. We can pee again. Life is good.
Skank Sinatra.
The great Thor. You like the weather, everybody?
Yeah, the weather's great.
Frank
Fantastic.
Sinatra
Thank
in all
God.
his glory, skanking away.
Frank Sinatra at the A7 Club was Skank Sinatra.
We're going to make that happen.
I was reading your pill
Him and,
bottle, Tom. It's the first time I ever saw your last name. I never even.
Oh, that's not a
knew you
real
had
thing.
one.
That's not
I
a-
had, I had to go to Europe with Tommy, and they were asking for like last names off our passports.
Doesn't exist.
And I'm like, "Who the hell's that?" Like, oh shit, that's you.
Frank Sinatra and
Skank
Sammy Davis
Sinatra
Jr.
reporting for
had
flight
a
duty.
two-tone band.
I like flank Sinatra.
Flank steak Natra.
Anyway.
Don't let him give you any of that flank steak bullshit.
I'm gonna have
try the London broil.
I'm gonna have a celebrity restaurant with Paul Salmon and flank steak Sinatra.
Paul Salmon.
Keeping up with the hardcore theme, I want to
Paul
send
Salmon and
ode to my
Shark
brother.
Garfunkel
You know
is a
my
big
brother?
hit.
I have a real brother. His name is not Luigi.
Do you? You have
name
a
is
brother?
Giuseppe.
You have siblings?
Yes, his name is Giuseppe.
That's
and he
Italian.
had a hardcore band. I want to give a little shout out.
What about your
Poobas?
What about your cousin Wario?
And their big hit, I want to say the first few lines of their big hit is true for what Tony was talking about. And it's apropos. A wife in Long Island. Wait. A wife in Long Island.
The funny thing is
I'll
that
come back in a minute.
Mario's wife really does look like the queen.
A house in Long Island, a wife with big tits, a dog named Rex, 2 cars, 2 kids. It's so clean. It's so clean.
Don't bang on the bar, Chief.
No blacks, no reds, no browns, no Jews. I'm the real estate
What is
man,
going on
so
here?
I can choose to keep it clean.
I don't know what's happening.
I missed the background to
Joe
the story.
in Austin, Texas, that's for you, Grand Poobahs.
Well, that's your brother was in the worst band.
No, It's So
ever.
Clean was an anthem.
No, it's awful.
I'm sure Joe in Texas is
No,
listening.
it's our life. I have
terrible
a house
things
in
to
Long
say about
Island, a
people.
wife with big tits. I had a bunny named Rex, and I have 2 cars and 2 kids. It's so fucking true.
Are we done? Because I'm hungry.
No, I'm done after that.
Play a
That's really
game.
What the hell are you talking about?
I had to talk about something this weekend.
You know, we had such a nice show.
Let's
until you
ignore
showed
it,
up.
move on.
I'm talking about what happened to me and all of us. It's happening to all of us. It
What?
happened to Tony.
What?
A house in Long Island, a wife with big.
Are you summarizing over here?
It's our life. I'm saying my brother's song from 1983 became our life.
But wait a minute, isn't that
Tony
song
Rittman's life.
isn't that song riddled with like racist comments? And you just
Yeah,
no
it-
blacks,
it's riddled.
no reds?
It's
Me and Tommy aren't married. How's that reflecting on my life?
Satirical.
Oh, it's satire.
All right.
Okay.
See,
No Jews, no
Don't sound
I'm
blacks.
the
like
real
satire.
estate man, so I can choose to keep it clean.
I think you mean chooch.
Choose.
Please tell me
Moving on.
it's satire.
Yeah, I think it's time for the
Jimmy
game.
G is not a Nazi, in other words. All right.
I got a short game if we want to get this moving. So
Yeah, let's get.
it's
No rush.
want to play me in?
Yeah.
Off the
Yes, I do.
fucking post.
What's going on?
What happened? What
I thought
happened?
you
What's
had a
going
short
on?
game.
Listen, I got nothing.
Ryan, we're waiting.
I'm
We're waiting.
gobsmacked.
I'm gonna drink some whiskey first.
I'm gobsmacked. Like
I'm gonna
that
go inside
band
and get whiskey.
Let's
gobsmacked.
get a whiskey break.
Well, there's no whiskey inside. What are you talking about?
Real
You liar, there's
estate
Fireball.
Man, so I can choose.
If you drink that, my wife will kill me. And you'll be sitting at home playing Nintendos.
Is this suicide? Is
Okay,
painless?
I love Nintendo, and what? Your wife's gonna be more mad at me than usual.
No, she's gonna be mad at me because you're not around to get mad at.
She knows my number.
Thank
She
you.
can call me.
She can bitch at me.
Bitch at me. I don't give a shit.
Ryan, I will not drink that.
Destiny. I'm sorry. All right, Ryan, you have a game for us?
Yeah, I got
This
a
week?
game.
Amazing. Would love to hear it.
Hold on. Cheers.
Very proud of you.
Terrible.
What is that, Rocco?
It's Rottenhouse.
And now, from a barrage in Queens,
It has
New
the price
York,
tag on
it's
it,
time to play
$23.99.
the Ryan Game, where we expose these smartasses for the dumbasses they really are. Here's your host, Ryan Collison. Let's move on with the game.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Ryan.
Tonight we play my favorite game.
Which is?
20 seconds or less. I'm sorry,
Oh,
20
yay.
seconds, because you don't get less time.
That's what she said.
20 seconds or less.
All right. Tommy, you want to be my timekeeper for this? Awesome.
I got a stopwatch on this fancy iPhone.
Yeah.
Let's do it to it.
Tommy keeping time. Ryan hosting the game. It's 20 seconds or less. You have to name as many things in 20 seconds, I believe.
That's right.
I'm pretty
give
good.
you the category, and you tell me as many things as you can in 20 seconds.
Do you know that the show has almost been on 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're about a month
April
away.
27th.
We're wasting away here, man.
The show will be on 3 years, and we have less listeners than ever. It's the greatest. I finally realized my dream. of being a loser in public.
Escaping from reality for 3 hours.
I'm really okay with the way this is going. And
Me too.
I'll keep
I
doing
feel
it. as long
great.
as-
Love it.
I
I
really
feel
don't
great.
care.
We're going to have commemorative 3-year merch, and then we'll throw a party.
I'm totally into it.
Are you going to make something?
I could care
Let's do a
less.
3-year $3 T-shirt. We'll sell it online.
Straight bag.
Thank you, everyone for listening. Everyone for listening.
Let's get a round of applause for everyone.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, John, you're going to go first.
All right.
All right. John, in 20 seconds,
Fuck the audience.
name as many neighborhoods in Manhattan as you can. Go.
All right. Chelsea, NoHo, Soho, fucking Upper West Side, Lower East Side, Greenwich Village, West Village, Turtle Bay.
Good one.
Fucking Harlem.
Very good. How we doing, Tom?
Time.
Time's up.
Midtown.
Wow, you got 9.
Nice.
All right.
Some of the ones you missed is Murray Hill, Gramercy Park,
A friend of mine.
and Tribeca.
Hell's Kitchen.
And
Friends with Murray Hill?
Oh, Hell's Kitchen, where I was
already got
born. I was born in Hell's
That's right. I
Kitchen.
was waiting for that one. Once you got on Lower East Side, I thought you'd go on all the
Listen,
quadrants.
I am drunk and not paying attention.
Would you have accepted Alphabet City?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, I get 9. I get 9. That's a
That's
lot.
still lower. That's East Village.
Now every
right?
time you say that, people are like, "Oh, it's not a thing anymore." But
Because you
it
stole
is.
it.
No, Alphabet Cities.
It's still a thing.
Still a thing.
Every
It's
time,
just not.
Every time I say that, people are like, "What are you talking about? That's
Well,
not
now,
around."
now they call it what?
Where Essex meets Avenue A, that's Alphabet
yeah,
City. And then
ABCD.
And to the what is that? The east of that?
Just because we
Yeah,
don't get
east.
stabbed outside of brownies anymore
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's not.
Do you guys
still
know the
Alphabet City.
acronym?
Don't say brownies. Mario might break into song.
You guys know the
the real estate man, so I can choose.
There's an acronym. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I thought I turned on Mario's mic.
Nope.
I was just gonna say there's an acronym for
Almost made it through
City.
the whole show without racist things.
Mario and I have switched mic level on your
I got it.
on your
I got
mixer.
it. Yep,
All right.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
All
Never
right.
mind.
Give me your phone. I'm going to let you go
Sure.
next.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
20 seconds.
I made
sir.
this one for you, Tommy.
You
No, Lita. Fuck you,
I had
no,
you in
Lita.
mind on this one.
Okay.
In 20 seconds, name as many songs as you can that have "sweet" in the title. Go.
Here we go. Sweet Child of Mine, Sweet Caroline, Sweet Surrender,
He's hit a
Sweet
rope.
Little Sister.
And time is up.
Yeah, that's
Not
all
bad. You got 4.
Enjoy that
Sweet
food.
Home Alabama.
Sweet.
Oh, duh, yes, Oh, duh. Double duh.
Some of the ones you missed are "Sweet Emotion,"
Talk about pussy. We come from
"Sweet Judy Blue Eyes."
Let's move on, shall
And I
we?
like hairdos too. What was that? Sweet
Home Alabama.
"Sweet Home Alabama."
Sweet.
What an
Wasn't
idiot
there a
I am.
song called
I'm
just
going to
Sweet?
tank this.
Sweet Child of Mine, you got?
You
Yeah,
want to go
first
next,
one.
Mike?
No.
All right, I'll go with Mario then.
A sassafras bean and a fucking
All right,
bag of
you
hair.
blew it,
I
Mike.
like
Mario?
your post about Aerosmith, John, by the way.
In 20 seconds, so John's got 9. Mario, Tommy has 4. Mario,
I can't beat 9.
you're up next. Name as many spaces you can land on in Monopoly that
This
do
is
not have
great.
a state in the name.
Oh my God.
Go.
Go.
Baltic, Park Place, Broadway, Mediterranean, St. James. Come on, Mario. Come on.
He's talking to himself. Come on, Mario.
Reading Railroad.
No, that's not a. Can they count? Reading Railroad.
You can land on
Don't
it.
help him.
Railroad.
Time.
Free
Time's up.
parking. Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were looking at free properties.
Free
I'm the real estate man.
No.
No, I
so
specifically
can
said
choose.
spaces you can land on. Some
Yeah,
of the
he
ones
said-
you missed
He
are.
said spaces you could land on.
That was an oddball question, right?
I liked it.
Well,
I
that's the
didn't- I was
problem.
going-
You could have ran wild on that one.
Get
was
with
going
it.
You
community,
did good, though. You did good. You got
chance.
6.
You
Chance.
did good. You did good.
15.
You did
Waterworks and the Electric Company.
good. Here come the
Electric
waterworks.
We're
Company.
going to give you the power.
All right, Mike, by default,
Go to
you
jails.
have to go. Ready? In 20 seconds, name as many synonyms as you can
Oh, fucking got it. All right, go
A
ahead.
synonym of what, though?
Enjoy that
for
free
being
pass, ass wife.
drunk. Go.
Inebriated, shithoused, intoxicated, fucked up, loose-legged, walshed,
It's only 5. I don't
No,
accept
you don't
that.
get that one. All right, fine.
That's it? That looks like
You got more time. Go.
All right.
Shut up, Mario.
Give him some extra seconds.
Wait a second.
All right, I give him a timeout. Wait.
What happened? The buzzer was no good?
No, you get 5 extra seconds, all right? I'm going to reset. You're going to get 5 seconds. So ready? I'll
Go
tell you.
for it.
1, 2, 3, go.
Drunk.
Nope, that's not a synonym for drunk.
Oh, it's not. Oh, you said drunk? Okay, I didn't see the title.
That's 5.
Wow.
Weed it up.
Yeah, that's weed.
That's
How many did he get?
Sorry. You got 5. That's not bad.
You got 5.
Not bad.
Soused, shithoused.
I looked at the. You know what it was? I looked behind
Plastered.
Tommy and I saw the picture and I was like, I was gonna say all of us actually. once you X'd out one, I was gonna say Houlihan's, Rockstar, Howells.
Dovey's on the chat box saying "fuck lorded." Yo, dude, I got so fuck lorded last night.
Fucking
How did I get home?
blasted, floored,
Did you say
tanked.
tanks?
I could have
Conan
had
really
so
gonna
many
be here
more.
next
I thought you would have killed it.
I drank 7 beers.
Is Conan really going to be
Steven-
here next
Yes,
week?
next
wanna
week.
announce that?
Hey, everybody! Next week we're gonna have Conan
wow.
Neutron live in the studio.
Not since Kasuga have I
And
been this
also,
excited.
he's also bringing someone else, isn't he, John?
Brenna Betts, his radio partner, who's a lovely woman,
Yep. She
A
was
woman?
interacting
Who's
with us
bringing
on
a woman?
social media
a
tonight.
lovely girl.
I'm gonna have to get dressed up for this.
Fancy woman.
Wear your best. You wear your Sunday best
Am I
because
getting a calzone?
Yes, you should. A celebrator with candles in
he
it.
requested one.
I will get the calzone,
coming
but
in
you
neutral.
gentlemen will have to give me reparation.
We
Conan will be
$5
here in the
each.
studio. We're going to show him what radio's all about. Is that we're going to do our best to keep a handle on that fuck.
It's going to be fun.
He actually emailed me and asked me if I was coming, and I fucking completely forgot to respond to him because I'm terrible at doing that.
You know, I take a lot of audience emails, and the one thing people hate is Conan Neutron. No, I'm just kidding. I just made that up.
Speaking of synonyms for drunk,
I'm actually. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain publicly that
ahead.
he did email me, and I'm terrible at responding to personal emails. I'm
Me
better
too.
at responding to business emails.
Right.
So personal emails, I kind of like throw to the side. I hate to put things in writing because if I say the wrong thing, it can be held against me. Like fuck these guys or something terrible like that.
You say bad shit
But
about
so
us all
Conan,
the
if you're
time.
listening,
Conan, if you're listening,
Conan's going to come in. He's going to announce. I think we're going to.
He's going to have his own beer.
Be on Nope Radio, which will be a radio collective,
are
and
you
we'll be
gonna
off
be
this
here?
live stream stuff.
Will you be here, sir?
What's that?
Well, what was the answer? Will you be here?
It's up to John, really.
Oh,
It's
well,
not
I
up
didn't know
to
you have
me.
to get permission. I just
Be
show
here
up.
whenever you like, sir.
sir.
Sir, I like
Listen,
that. Treat
it,
me
it
with
sounds like a
respect.
crowded house.
Yeah, so-
I will show up late with a
It
calzone.
does sound like
and
a
sit in the
crowded house. I mean,
background.
especially if he's coming with 2 people.
I will take a back seat to Conan any day.
Well,
Here,
I'll bring
dude.
a
You know,
calzone.
No,
you can just show up whenever you like.
Come,
I
come here, dude.
I showed up here Wednesday. Nobody was home.
He's breaking through the house.
No, I'm serious. Like, I don't know. Am I supposed to text you or something every week? I don't know.
Well, you should text me at least, occasionally as a friend or something. That's. Oh yes.
You
that's
guys
great.
hang out every week. Don't come on now.
I haven't, I haven't
we-
seen
you
John
know-
in months,
Yeah.
other than here.
No, we haven't hung out. We haven't really been
See him
texting.
in your
Yeah, we haven't
dreams.
we haven't
All right,
communicated at all.
That's a good time to start. That's fine. But
nothing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
moving on.
But wait a minute. But next week you should be here. You should bring a calzone.
I'm coming late with the calzone.
Hold on a minute. There's not enough microphones for all of us.
No, he's not talking.
Yes, there are.
I will stop talking.
Mario will sit in the back, and then
I
we'll
could
be
care
done.
less about this radio
He'll
show.
cater it.
That's still
all
only
you guys.
Listening to NOPE, Nope Radio, streaming live on the internetwork 24 hours a day
All right,
at
well-
noperadio.com.
Nope.
Stay tuned for more rock and roll audio pleasures.
That's one of the worst mix
We
things
got
I've ever heard in my life.
I think-
Whoever did that is terrible.
I think that's my fault.
Yeah, whoever's fault
Harry,
it is.
we're going to sick you on that.
Is this
Well,
game over,
what I
Brian?
was going to say was,
Go
yeah, the
another
game is
round?
over.
Mario,
John
Mario.
Houlihan won.
The game's over?
Oh, we're going to go one more time around.
Oh, okay. Well, let
Yeah.
me go back to what I was going to say. There isn't enough mics if Conan brings a guest that only,
You're on the mic. Don't worry about it. You
I'm not
have
worried.
carte blanche.
Wait a minute. But you mean if Pat's here?
Yeah, right. I'm
You're on.
counting.
Don't worry. Conan, no one wants to hear from him. They could share a mic.
I could steal some mics from work.
Alternate. Yeah, bring another
We don't have
mic.
enough interfaces.
We'll see what happens.
I could bring a little mixer, too, if we can set that up.
We don't need anything.
Listen, I'll come late. I'll give my concert of the day, spill my whiskey all over it, and then I will just.
You know, there's a
calzone.
reason why you put your paper in plastic. I
You're such
just
a
saw
dick.
that.
Listen, asshole. We have limited whiskey. We're running low, and you're spilling it.
I brought the limited whiskey. I shall spill it, sir.
You spilled whiskey last night too.
I was
Don't use my news.
last night. I was
Last week.
Out of here. Get
All right, Ryan. What's the next?
Ryan,
what's the
please
next
save us.
category, please?
Back to you, John.
He puts the whiskey like right on my computer.
Timer ready.
Hold on.
Oh, we're doing another round.
One more round of this, yeah. So
Enjoy that free pass, ass wife.
let's recap the score. John's got 9. Tommy, you got 4. Mario, you got 5, and Mike, you have 6. I think, right?
The other way around, actually.
Oh, it's the
I
other
think
way
Mario
around.
has
Yeah.
6.
Mario has 6, and Mike has 5.
I have 5.
That's pretty good. That's pretty tight.
There we go.
John,
give John like Ethiopian capitals or something.
Yeah, I got something like that. Actually. John,
You fucks.
In 20 seconds, name as many countries as you can that start with the letter S.
All right.
Go.
Somalia. Spain. Saskatchewan.
That's not a country.
You're crazy.
Keep it going.
Stop ringing the bell for yourself.
South America.
Hello?
That's not a country either.
Totally
I'm
is.
from this country. I
Keep it
talk
going.
like this.
Shut up.
He's got 2.
Yeah. I'll give him extra seconds.
Swahili.
Yes.
No.
No, that's a language.
Fuck you.
Time.
I'm from this country. I talk it like this.
You guys are fucking me on purpose. I kicked ass in the first round.
you.
I gotta say, yeah,
bullshit.
We gotta let you go. We gotta give him quiet. Whoever's
Yeah,
going,
Mario.
you gotta give him silence.
Stop. Shut your mouth.
2 weeks ago, we guessed Sweden both times when we played that game at the Woodlock
What about
house.
Scandinavia?
Sweden.
That's not a
Oh,
country.
yeah. After the fact, everyone's a genius.
I was
It's not a
asking.
country.
I was trying to help you.
Sweden is correct.
Sweden, all right.
Yeah, some of
trying
the
to
ones you
help
missed
ya.
were Slovenia, Slovakia, South Africa.
I don't need help. I need silence.
Yeah. Okay.
You
who's
want
next?
to? Do we have an extra category for John?
Yeah, we'll
We
give him
can-
another. Give him another.
No,
round.
go ahead, fuckhead. I don't give a shit. Go ahead.
You're still up with 11.
What I get? 4?
You got no. You got
Two.
2.
2 on that one.
2.
2.
That's why we're trying to help you out.
All right. I want to stop.
No way,
Stop
no
helping.
way.
Helping is not working. Obviously. 2.
2.
All right, Tommy.
2. Join me each Saturday at 2.
2.
But I was trying to
Saturday
give you Sweden.
morning.
You
God
had
damn it! If I have to
Heads
come
up.
out of
Is
one
Don,
more,
is Don on the phone?
Is
Get
Don
me,
on-
get me Don on the phone. God damn it!
if I have to come out of one more goddamn dog death dedication into an
upbeat
up-tempo
record.
number,
Where are those pictures I wanted to see?
is Don on the phone?
Get me Don on the phone, please.
All right, here we go.
All right, Tommy, in 20 seconds, name as many characters in Pulp Fiction as you can.
Hey, Tommy, I'm trying to help you. Bill,
Go.
Steve, Phil.
I didn't see the clock.
Let's just talk every.
Tommy's the one guy that didn't do it to you.
Well, I don't care.
Talk over me anytime.
go.
Let's go
while we're young.
I fucking don't remember.
You can't name one Pulp
Mr.
Fiction
Mr.
character.
Black, Mr. Blue,
Black.
Mr. Red, Mr. Green.
That's Reservoir Dogs, you moron.
I would never have, except for the guy Tiberius or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
the dude with the mouth gag.
Vincent Vega, Marcellus Wallace.
Hey, give us one to John.
Jules.
Yeah, I got
Bruce
zero.
Willis
You
is-
got
nothing.
0 on that.
Yeah.
You are eliminated from the game, Tommy.
Oh.
Thank you for playing.
Thank you for nothing.
For those of you at home, Mario is using a squeeze bottle to pour shit into a shot glass.
Squeeze bottle gang.
My God.
He's got like an eyedropper full of whiskey
My
that
mic
he's.
is off. I can't hear myself.
You're on. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
It's spill
Change
proof.
headphones.
It's spill proof.
Not that it matters at this point.
Mario, you're up next.
All right, Mario.
I'll take fine art.
In 20 seconds,
1800 to 2000.
name as
2000.
many
Come on, fine arts.
famous redheads as you can. Go.
Lucy.
Lucy who?
Redhead.
Good enough.
Lucy.
It's good enough.
Lucy, the redheaded girl in Charlie Brown.
Nope.
Yes, the little
The little
redheaded
redheaded girl.
That's right,
Yeah,
he's
that
right.
counts.
Yeah, Bozo.
Good.
Redhead is the redhead Carrot Top.
Good.
And then there was Bridget Nielsen.
No,
Yeah, she's
no,
blonde.
No. Time's up.
Time's up. You got 4 on that
You got 4.
Is he though?
You
One
got
more,
you got
one more would've
10
taken
on
the
that
lead.
Izzy.
one. That would have put you in the
Is
tie.
he Axl
Mario?
Rose, total redhead.
Rose.
You are eliminated
I don't
from the
know.
game, Mario. Thank you for playing.
Oh, really? I thought Mario was in contention.
I was one below you, Captain.
Mike Howells.
Sweden.
I'm not.
Have we ever
right-
said Mike Howells on the air?
Mike, I'm just gonna
Am I
give it
allowed
to you.
to
I
say
don't
that?
want to play.
No, stop. Let's
you're
No,
up.
I got this. I got to fire this one off.
Do we both get to go? Or?
No, this is just Mike.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
In 20 seconds, name as many movies as you can that have at least 4 sequels. Go.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Shit. The Exorcist.
Yes.
Shit, too. The shitting.
Vacation. National Lampoon
yes.
Vacation.
Yes,
Come
go.
on, there's 4 of those?
4.5.
Shit, you don't mess me up with the 4.5. Fucking hell.
Jake Poltergeist.
I'm out. That's it.
Some of the
Poltergeist screwed me.
Are we tied?
So I'm not sure.
No, I'm out.
I give you extra time, by the way.
Some of the ones you
What about
missed were
Rocky?
Police Academy,
Back to Boner Beach.
Rocky, Alien,
Oh, Rocky.
Star Wars.
Friday the 13th. Yes, there were 6 of them already.
I didn't think the prequels counted, so I counted them out.
Anything in the franchise.
Right. Okay. I see. I'm not arguing.
What else?
Karate Kids.
Basket Case, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Nothing's gonna ever keep me down.
Halloween.
Sleepaway Camp.
I can't believe I missed Halloween.
Police
Halloween.
Academy.
He said that.
I said Police Academy. Yes.
Halloween.
And
I want to get credited for Halloween because it's my
Okay.
favorite movie franchise of all
Friday,
time.
really? Nightmare
yes.
on Elm Street.
All the horror movies, probably.
It's not that it's my favorite. It's the one that scares me.
Here's a fun fact. I've never
Still
seen
into
any
my
of
late
those
30s.
movies. I've
Really?
never seen a single one
You
of those
got to
horror
stay up
movies.
late and watch those Halloweens. I think Mike and I have tied. Let's call it a tie.
Dirty Hat. No, you actually
you
win.
won.
Yeah, let's call it a tie.
No, you
You know-
won. You
Oh,
won.
really?
Come on.
Don't hurt Mike's feelings.
John
Come
wants
on.
to-
He won. He won fair and square.
You know.
He wants to lend his winningness.
You don't make the rules. I make the rules. John Houlihan, congratulations. You're
Drink.
the winner of the 134th annual Ryan Game. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. It's show 118, I believe.
Why does Fayaz Riazi or whatever his name is want to cry all the time?
Right?
He's a big crier.
That was frightening.
Thank you. I think I'm tied with Mike, but you guys can say
You're tied with me for awesomeness.
No, I can never tie you with that.
Yeah, you can.
I love you.
I love you too. Let's make out.
I was just about to say, let's make out.
And Mike Orlick,
I'll meet you over here.
Godzilla
We don't have to
29
make a
sequels.
date. We'll just be like,
Right.
we're here already.
Tommy, do you have some news for us?
Indeed I do.
Oh fuck! I forgot about this shit.
Let's make it quick.
I got only 2-3 stories. So.
All right, here's
What's the
Tommy.
hurry?
Do we not have poker tonight?
Do we have well, I don't know if anyone's going to show up.
All right, because I'm wondering why nobody's beating down the fucking door.
11 o'clock already.
Good question.
You didn't send out the email. You didn't send out the text message.
Tommy Rockstar's bullshit.
All right, here's Tommy Rockstar with the news. What's in the news, Tommy?
All right. So this one's
All right.
Dateline out of Iowa's. In what can only apparently be described as a heavy metal monkey knife fight.
Oh, I like the way this is going already.
Slipknot guitarist Mick Thompson was stabbed in the head during an apparent altercation with his own brother early Wednesday morning outside the musician's home in Iowa.
Yeah.
You got to layer the slayer.
Hold on. I actually happen to know this story. Terrible lead-in headline because that's not a heavy metal monkey knife fight. Mick Thompson,
Heavy metal monkey knife fight.
Mick Thompson is tremendous.
Is he?
I can't even imagine what his brother must be like. To get the knife into the head.
Dude, listen to the story. It's crazy. The 41-year-old musician and his brother Andrew, 35, were transported to a local hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries, according to police. Quote, neither individual was very cooperative, said local police chief Michael Venema.
Venom rules.
You wild
Metal
man.
Rendezvous.
Wild.
You two guys are wild. Quote, our detectives will be following up as soon as their medical situation allows us to. Both Thompson brothers appeared to be intoxicated at the time. No shit.
Oh, that's what I meant to bring up. Forget it.
Venema and
Venema. That's. I think I had one of those when I was constipated once. Venema.
I had the Venema picture disc.
I think Kronos' hairline is so venomous.
Okay. Venema added that police were dispatched at 4:30 a.m. after a call from inside the home.
Mustache beard.
The preliminary investigation suggests that the fight began indoors but carried out to the front yard where cops found the pair.
Are you gonna pee on me?
Multiple levels.
What's going on over here?
There are.
Holy shit! John Houlihan has left the station.
Slipknot is supposed to resume its tour for their latest album, .5: the Gray chapter.
That's in honor of Paul Gray, the
Right.
bass player who died.
That's what it says. It says on April 25th, but now it's unclear how Thompson's injuries will affect the schedule. It's the first album since the death of original bassist Paul Gray in 2010. The quote new metal band formed in Iowa in 1996. With Thompson joining the group a year later. A representative for the band's label, Roadrunner Records, declined to comment.
You know what? I'll say one thing about Slipknot, and this has nothing to do with anything pertaining to the story.
Sure.
I saw them in about 97.
I'm sorry.
98? No. Don't be sorry. There was like 13 guys in the band.
Right.
And when like 7 of them were playing at once, and the other like 5 or 6 guys that weren't playing,
We're like Bobo from Avail, just like hanging out.
they were beating the shit out of each other on stage, like full on punching each other in the face. At first I thought the masks were padded because they were beating the hell out of each
We're
other.
padded masks. Listen, I got something to tell you. You're gonna be surprised. I don't hate on Slipknot.
I
What
like
do you think of that?
I like Slipknot.
What do you think of that? You think I'm a big sour ass when it comes to that
No,
shit?
I don't.
I'm
I'm
not
not
interest in them.
surprised.
I think
I'm
those
not
guys
surprised.
are probably nice guys. What do you think of that?
I've met a few of them.
Yeah, real nice. They're stabbing their brothers in the head.
They were in that Conan bit, which is great. The Slipnuts.
I've met a few of
They
them.
went along with
They were
that.
super nice people, as human beings, like off the masks and all that crap. But the fact that the allure for me was, you 6 aren't playing. All right, step into the front of the stage and just pound the crap
so
out of each
crazy.
other.
It's
I'm
so
like,
crazy.
This,
It's weird.
This is awesome. Like this is fucking.
How many of you
great.
out there are into older women?
All right, or clown-looking women.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like we're into that.
Well, it's funny you say that because our next story is out of Florida's. Where yesterday,
Well, Florida is the penis of America.
It really is. After this story, you'll.
Who I think it was Jon Stewart called America's Wang.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to.
America's very
differentiate.
well hung, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
You got to watch this movie called Florida Man.
What's that about?
It's about 45 minutes long. It's just. I'm serious.
It's about 45 minutes long.
It's about 45 minutes long. That's the synopsis.
How they stretch it out to an hour and a half, I never figure out.
It's just this dude. He's walking around like skateboard
They played it in
videos.
slow motion.
That's how they're going to do the Izzy documentary.
And the problem is you could do this anywhere with any amount of people, but this guy just tapes guys from Florida.
Just being Floridian?
Just being Floridian. It's called Florida Man.
I gotta check that out.
It's definitely worth watching. It's fascinating. I mean,
Well,
it's,
speaking of which, yesterday law enforcement officials in Panama City Beach went to TV to speak out against a local church called the Tabernacle that had been operating some kind of strange nightly event.
That doesn't sound like a church at all.
Yeah, well, listen to the story.
Weird.
For young people that struck them as not sufficiently church-like. Now the owners of the church might be forced to pay property tax and deal with an investigation into their religious practices. The church is called the Life Center, a spiritual community, but it's been operating as a church organization called the Tabernacle. The event that drew ire from local enforcement is called Amnesia, referred to in online incarnations as Spring Break Amnesia.
Amnesia is my favorite Tony Redman hardcore band.
I saw Tabernacle at Hammerheads in 1989.
There's a big club. There's a big club in Atlanta called the Tabernacle. So this all
Really?
makes sense.
This all makes sense.
It's like the Roseland of Atlanta.
Now it all makes sense.
Not.
Well, this is
Bad Brains play the Tabernacle
in Panama City Beach.
I bet you they have.
Which is a popular destination for spring break activities.
Tabernacle.
According to sources, the quote-unquote church, which currently enjoys not having to pay taxes, has been hosting naked paint parties and something called Slumber Party Sundays with, quote, the sexiest ladies on the beach.
I need to go to
This is the
church
thing.
again.
Like, this non-taxing church. Tomorrow I could start the Church of Tommy Rockstar and Hairdo, right?
Right.
Where we just worship Tommy Rockstar.
I like where
and
this
Hairdo.
is going.
And we could just do whatever we want and not get taxed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's bullshit.
But now apparently they'll have to pay taxes on the property.
The Church of Fonzie.
Where the fuck is Hairdo?
Who is this guy?
It's great.
I don't know who this person is, but he's got some problems.
He wants to
and I like
know.
it.
Looks like the Phoenix Splash.
The Tabernacle, which caters to college students on vacation, has caught attention of more than just the party seekers ever since ATMs and a banner promoting naked drinking appeared out front. According
Looks
to
like
local
we've
police.
got the Diamond Dust.
The church, which is owned by...
I'm drunk.
That shit's still funny.
The church, owned by Marcus Q. Bishop.
What's his middle name? Quagmire?
Marcus Q. Fireball.
Former pastor of the Faith Christian Family Church. Officials said that the club had been engaging in activities unbefitting of the church. Mr. Bishop, the bishop, could not be reached this week for comment.
There we go.
It's Mr. Bishop. How ironic.
Yeah, I think
You're right.
Marcus Q. Bishop. It's a little of a fake name going on there. No?
The problem with religion is we could start any religion we like.
Yep.
The religion of football helmets.
Right, whatever. Football.
I'll meet you guys here on Sunday.
The Church of Chooch.
Our Lady of Perpetual Football Helmets. Look at Whitestone.
Man, I hate them Illinois Nazis.
I belong to Cock, Church of Chooch.
Oh, wow.
Church of Chooch. Well, what about the Pastafarians? That's a real thing.
Out there zapping rats and roaches and making sure your kids don't drink piss from no.
Well, that's why
water
that's why I'm
fountains.
not a big fan of the Bad Brains, because of the whole Ja Church of crap.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
Ja,
Rastafarianism
it bores me. It bores me.
That is
I'm more into the Murphy's Law Ska of worshiping the bong.
Yes, exactly. These
That's
are
something-
more my people.
You know, I can't see Jesus, but I could see the bong.
Rich just walked
Jesus.
in. You got
Jesus
poker
is in a
tonight.
plant.
Well, I have one last story here. This is out of Akron's, Ohio. Correct, Akron.
All right.
The last story.
Correct, Tron, bro.
Akron police apparently have quite a mess on their hands. Officers are searching for a suspect.
Akron police have quite a mess on their hands.
Come on, I got to write it, don't I? Officers there are searching for a suspect they say has defecated on 19 parked cars in
this
suburban
guy.
Akron.
He's a serial shitter.
Oh, I saw a picture of this guy shitting on the car.
Really?
Again, a big fan.
In the car or on the car?
Rich.
On the hood.
The bowel-moving bandit, as they call him, strikes.
I love your alliteration.
Alliteration. That's a good
The
word.
bowel-moving bandit from Boise, Saskatchewan.
Does the moving offset the alliteration? Or?
If he could shit on a moving car, he's more my hero.
It's a drive-by pooping.
The bowel-moving bandit strikes between 4 and 6 a.m., legend has it. On Wednesday morning, a resident caught the suspect on film. She set up a camera after the 7th time, this poor woman, the 7th time that someone had pooped on her car while it was parked in her driveway. One man said that the
Why didn't she just stay up later?
I don't know. She catch him. She got to put a camera.
I'm
up.
so tired. I got to go to work. I'd be up there every night trying to catch a pooper. I'd be with a fucking crossbow. I'll put a fucking dart through that guy's heart. Fucking hell.
One man said
Kill that guy. Believe me, that guy, that'd be the
She
last
was
thing he'd
wiped
do.
out.
She was wiped
She was
out.
wiped
Very
out.
good, Rich. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, thanks, Rich.
Rich showing up
Rich
for
S.
poker with the
back
big
in
line.
Yeah.
One man said that the exterior defecator.
So it only takes one poop for me to stay up all night on my roof with a crossbow.
Yeah, run outside.
Does it really?
Run
I will
outside with
put-
a
That's
bat.
weird. That's weird. You take a poop and stay up all night on your roof with a crossbow.
Well, that's normal. But if someone was messing with me,
We had a serial fire starter in my neighborhood one year.
Really?
That's not cool.
And then I kept getting closer and closer to find out who it was. And after
and then
a
the
while,
big twist ending is it's you.
No, but I was a suspect because I kept showing up at the fucking
Always
fire.
a suspect.
you are, Mary.
Chooch and Marone solve
It
another
wasn't-
case.
Yeah.
Chooch always returns to the scene of the crime.
When are we going to show that
One
video?
man, listen, I sent him the flyer. One man said that the exterior defecator has struck his car 6 times and has even smeared it all over his hood, his door handles, gas tank cover, windshield, and mirrors.
Dude, I'd be out there all night on my roof with fucking camouflage,
Crossbows.
ninja shit,
Face paint.
I'd cover
the whole
myself in
thing.
Get a bush on your head.
I
I've
just
been waiting.
want to know, does he wipe standing up or sitting?
Actually, I bet you he's a stander. We don't want him on
Exactly.
our survey.
Don't.
Yeah, it sounds
wait.
like standard behavior to me.
Get on the microphone.
Yeah, get on the mic.
Get on the microphone, Rich. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Microphone right here.
You really must step up, Rich.
That would be fucked up if you did, Rich. I agree.
Nobody can see your face.
Don't
Come
lump
on.
all the standards in with
Yeah,
degenerates.
guys who shit on hoods.
Come on.
I know what you guys are all about. People who can stand and wipe are the kind of guys that can run and wipe. I know what goes on.
We used to have an old roadie in our band, and he used to be like, if you spread them wide enough in the forest, you don't need any toilet paper.
Yeah, that's gross.
What if you're not near a forest? What happens?
Or if you're in the hood of a car. Police released a map that shows all the places where the man is hit.
It's a map of. It's great that
poop emoji cons.
The cops have nothing to do but make a map of where a guy is making duties.
What's the icon on that map?
It's the emoji con from poop with a little smiley face on it. We're so tanked. This man who could face misdemeanor criminal mischief or criminal damage charge.
Criminal shit stiff.
So far, none of the
Drop the toilet paper, sir.
Nobody gets hurt. So far, none of the victims have been able to recognize the man in the photos, but Akron police said Thursday that the department has received about a dozen tips about the identity of the man. No arrests have been made so far, but police are following up on the leads, hoping to get to the bottom of this.
Let's get to the bottom.
The bottom. I like that.
The crime scene is like analyzing the poop. There's corn in here. Find out who bought corn recently.
Dude, I wish someone would poop my car 2 days in a row.
Akron
I
police
need to get aggression
You know what?
out.
Be careful what you wish for, buddy.
Yeah. Akron police have asked the public for help. If you have any information, please call Akron police at 718-577-2716. And that's the news.
Oh, there he is.
Nice
We're going to be
job,
getting all these
Tommy.
false tips.
False
There's
tips,
the
what she
news
said.
with Tommy Rockstar. Look out for the serial pooper. What's that, Tom Sharpley? You think I'm a funny guy?
You're a funny guy.
Thank you, Tom.
You're a funny guy.
I appreciate that.
I think that's
I think that's it. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Wrap it up, B.
Next week,
take it.
Conan, I'll see you here.
What?
Next week, I'll see
Yeah,
Conan.
set up the guest next week, John.
I love that you think you're invited.
Now I'm not even invited. No calzone for you.
He's the calzone caterer. And Mario, by the way, you better go to wherever Lotto's or wherever that place is and get the $22 one. Don't go cheap.
Oh, Mario,
Rockstars on
Mario, there's a place in Beechhurst, which is like Whitestone, called Tony's.
Yeah, it's right by the the old Wallbaums, right?
You know
there.
what I'm talking about?
I know. I shop there.
I'll get.
He's got great like food and stuff, you know. So my brother and my father-in-law Bobby go to lunch there a lot.
All right.
So he goes, "What do you want for lunch?"
It's
I go,
right
"I'm
on
not
10th
hungry."
Avenue.
I said, "You know what? Give me like an Italian sandwich, like the Godfather, whatever it is."
That's the place I go to. That place has the best fucking sandwiches in the
They
world.
brought this great sandwich home with like the mortadella and the fucking
everything. The quesadilla.
The Genoa's.
Tutti
Gabagool.
It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful.
You like
So they cut it in half, but they kind of cut it like in a 20, 30%, 70%. So I ate the 30%. I put the other 70% in the fridge.
I didn't take it.
I know this is going to I know where it's going to end. I know where it's going to end.
So last night we come home and like I told you, Ryan, we came home early from the gig.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, where the fuck is this I can't find the sandwich. I looked in the fridge like 50 times like a maniac, like turning everything over. Cannot find the sandwich. I'm like,
It's under your couch.
Somebody took my fucking sandwich.
under Mario's couch.
Fucking pissed off. I can't believe it's this beautiful, like giant hero
Just making
Italian
love to the
sandwich.
sandwich.
Sounds
Dude,
like a case for
it's
Chuchi
like
Marone.
you instead of eating dinner, you just take 2 bites of this fucking Italian sandwich and you're good.
It's the best fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
Great.
In Cherry Valley?
So
It
what
beats Cherry
happened?
Valley.
Whoa.
It's different. It's
Beach
different.
Cherry
than
Yeah, really?
Cherry
Well,
Valley
what
is more of like you can get anything
Kill
in
'em.
Cherry
Yeah,
Valley.
right.
This place you get just
Proper.
like one
You
or
go
two
to Cherry
things.
Valley when you want it deep
I'm
fried.
glad
But
you know
place
this
has
place,
great.
Mike. That
Yeah, Tony's Beechhurst.
I was
Wait, I
there.
want to hear the rest of the story.
I
What
was,
happened?
I was there on Tuesday, by the way. Just
what
to let you
happened
know.
is that I narrowed it down to a bunch of scenarios, and none of them worked out. So I go, I remember wrapping up the sandwich and like taking out the crap that fell out of the first third of the sandwich and throwing it in the garbage and wrapping up the new 75% of the sandwich.
God.
And I go, I had to put it in the fridge, right? It's like soaking through the bag already with the
I love
oils
it.
and the vinegars.
I love it. That's the best way to have it. Go ahead.
So
What'd you do? You ate it out of the garbage.
you're right.
Oh.
Threw it out.
I went outside. It was,
Oh, the raccoon area.
it was in the outside garbage. And I said,
That's
you know what,
commitment.
let me
That's
take a
commitment.
look. I saw the brown paper bag. I go, motherfucker. I threw it in the garbage by accident.
The whole 70% remaining?
The whole set. I took it out of the bag in front of my kids and my wife and some other Stunard kid who was over hanging out. I go, well, they're like, eat it.
Oh, they're cheering you on.
I fucking
You're
ate
like,
that
don't do
shit.
this, kids.
I ate it right out of the garbage.
Kids think you're a
Listen,
hero.
it was wrapped up, kind of.
Hero and a hero.
It's a lot fresher than it would have been in the indoor
I
garbage.
took 3 bites. The rest of it's in my fridge. I can eat that shit later.
I'm gonna eat that shit later.
I'll be right back.
Don't touch my Tony sandwich.
Listen,
I went outside and opened up the garbage, took a
Wow.
sandwich out of it, brought it inside the house, and ate it.
John
Thank you,
Houlihan,
everyone.
dumpster
no
diver.
problem with that. This time of year, nature outdoors is the best refrigerator ever.
They put the right amount of oil and vinegar on it.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Fucking awesome.
Oh, you guys
It
get me
was
so
so good.
hungry right now.
It was perfect. You know, that's my favorite food. It's like a 6-foot hero because I have no like taste buds.
One of my favorite foods
That
is
sandwich
a
is
6-foot
the
hero.
best.
I know. Marone called me. He's like, Chooch, my sandwich is missing.
You gotta go to that place for breakfast. That place got great breakfast.
By the way,
sandwiches,
Mario and I and Ryan are working on a movie, the
trailer.
Chooch and Ramon movie.
Just the trailer. It's a tease.
I want to see this.
Yeah, I'm the bad guy.
We shot it 2 weeks ago. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see this for sure.
Our children shot it for us. They're directing this.
John, I just sent you the graphic, by the way, last night, so you should have it.
What's my character's name again?
Yes, I saw that a week late. Yeah,
I got it. I have a new prop for the movie. Look at this. First, I'm happy.
It's a big
Then he
Nazi
punches
symbol.
me. Then he punches me and I do.
That's great.
That's great, Mary.
That's great.
All right,
I
thank
have
you,
big
everyone.
teeth.
Great from radio.
Thanks for having us.
For those of you who can't see, I have big teeth.
Google DRI, and we'll see you next week with Conan
leave
Neutron.
DRI out of
Can't
this.
wait.
DRI has nothing to do with this.
I can't wait for Conan to be in here because whatever.
He's going to talk his
It's gonna be
ass off.
hats-
I can't wait.
No, it's going to be hats off to Larry and fuck him.
I can't wait for
So
him to come.
Conan, if you can't take the heat, stay out of San Francisco.
I am going to fucking mess you up, Conan. I love you, buddy.
I can't wait for that calzone.
I'm getting a big hero from Tony's now.
Yeah, but, hey, what's up, buddy?
Dude, that place is fucking that sandwich is mint.
Yeah.
You got to come in from the side. You can't even come in from the front.
We really
of that
should get a
sandwich.
6-foot hero for him, Mario. I'll throw down for that. Let's get a big hero for him.
Tommy, you hungry? You want to? Let's go get something to
Let's
eat.
go get
after
something.
this.
Yeah.
All
Mary's
right,
coming
well,
with-
Manja.
We're all
Till
going
next
to
week.
go get something to eat. Thank you, Tony Retman. Go buy the book New York Hardcore.
Yeah.
1980 to 1990. That's on bazillionpoints.com. And also The Independents, great band, Joey Ramone's backing band, produced by Joey Ramone. Go seek them out on the Facebooks and the Twitters, and we'll see you next week
Let's go out to this.
with Conan Neutrons. What, you got something?
A little something.
Good.
Play us out, Mike.
Good night.
Good night. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
It's only 20 seconds.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Good at Shaw.